Since we are live, let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early, smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing today, y'all. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live. Yeah, man. Let me see here. Let me get over to the chat area. Yeah, a little unexpected live. I got another live coming up later on when I do Game Dog Talk. We're going to talk about the fight as well with some of them brothers. Don't sleep on them. Y'all going to want to watch that because they dog men, but they got a brilliant mind for boxing. They old school cats, and they all of them picked this fight exactly how it went down. So all my OGs, man, picked this fight exactly how it went down, man. They called it to the T. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about that later on tonight. But right now, let me scroll up see who we got in the building thus far. Miami Stupid 305 in the building. What's happening with it? Zone 6 Sports. What's happening with it? Salute. Pablo Escobar. What it do? Man, I need to get some glasses, bro. What is this, Mr. 25? Man, this is ridiculous, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. Mr. 25, I think your name is. John Justice, Jalen Hudson, Jeff the Producer, Top Dog 74, Stephen L. the Mizak is in the building. Tamir Ali, what's happening? Thomas from the Bronx, what's happening? What's happening? Oak Park Boxing, Big Neff, Top Dog, T. Scott in the building. TJ the Fan, what it do? Our Jizzle, Khalid, salute. Stephen L. Mizak is in the super chat, showing love, appreciate support. He says, respect to Errol, but who needs hot sauce? This man, wow. The man is wild. Let me see here. The third Ruben. Big Neff. Shut him down. Big Dog Willie. Let me see here. Y'all must have forgot Young Mustafa up in here. Yeah, buddy, 101. One Up Films. Ancestral Rage, what it do? Smash the like button as y'all enter the building, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button as y'all enter the building. This ain't going to be too long. Unless, matter of fact, I might open up the panel. Since I didn't get a chance to open up the panel last night, I might open up the panel, let brothers cook on here, get their opinions as to what happened in the fight. Might do that. Yeah, buddy. That was my intention last night, but last night was so hectic, and I didn't want to be on for 5 hours and shit, you know. Let me see here. MDH 25 in the super chat. Appreciate the support. So I was tossing and turning all night. Hey, man. It be like that sometimes. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it be like that, you know what I'm saying? You root for a fighter, and you root for them so bad, and then they lose or something like that, man. Yes, it's brutal. It gets brutal sometimes. But this fight wasn't going to be brutal for me. I already knew it wasn't going to be brutal because I like both guys. They're both brothers. I was rooting for Errol, but it wasn't. If Errol lost, I said this in the whole build-up. I said I'm rooting for Errol, but if Errol loses to Crawford, it's not going to, it's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? Even though, that's what, some people, there's some weirdos running around YouTube, bro. I got some weird comments, bro, all night from these ghost accounts and these weird people pretending like they Terence Crawford fans. Man, some of you weirdos can beat it. Straight up. I ain't never even seen some of you dudes. Dudes popping up out of nowhere talking greasy. Keep the same energy. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. How the fuck you gonna keep the same energy when one nigga just dog walked the ex nigga? What the fuck you want me to do? Come out here lying? No, man, Earl really won. Crawford had Crawford, he had steroids or something. What the fuck you want me to say? Yeah, keep the same energy. The fight over with. You can't keep the same energy. Niggas need to see all you nerds out there. All you fucking nerds. They be hearing people use terms and shit, and y'all trying to reuse them in your little geeky ass private schools. Stop fucking up the English language. All right, for everybody else, right? You can't keep the same energy when you already got the results, nigga. All right. If I'm talking shit before a Spades game, I'm finna bust your ass, and then you bust my ass, nigga. I gotta eat crow. I can't. Yeah, nigga, I bust your ass anyway. I bust your ass. Niggas trying to sound stupid as hell. Motherfuckers excited. First time they ever got a win in their life. Motherfuckers excited as hell. TD Harden in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Says Bud did say that he wasn't gonna lose on his mama's birthday. Oh yeah. What's up, Stormy B Massey in the building? Yeah, well, you know, a lot of stuff lined up. That if I was Earl, just on superstition alone, if I was Earl, certain stuff I wouldn't let happen. Me personally. Can't fight no nigga on his mama's birthday, bro. You know what I'm saying? She in the crowd too? Shit. Let me see here. Salute everybody in the chat. All right, let's go and get to it. Get them likes up, y'all. Smash the like button. We need over 200 likes in the building. H. Need say Earl didn't look like himself. Well, I mean, everybody's saying that, bro. I mean, coming to the arena. This is why, if you all remember, a couple of shows ago, before this fight, we had a conversation. I was saying how, look, man, a dude can be great his entire training camp, right? And then the day of the fight, something can just go wrong. Motherfucker have a migraine headache. Motherfucker can have a stomach flu or some shit. Motherfucker got diarrhea. He's stressed out. Got some shit going on with his baby mama. Anything can happen where on fight night he's not the best he could be. That can happen. And it's happened many times throughout boxing history. And I said that in a basketball, if that happens, then okay, man, you know what? Giannis, you know what I'm saying? Giannis only scored 8 points this game. He'll bounce back. In boxing, if that happened, nigga, an off day in boxing is bad business. It's bad fucking business. You see what I'm saying? Drew Titan LLC, salute to the homie in the super chat showing love. So proud of the community holding it down with peace. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. I said the same thing. Yes, indeed. Salute to Drew. Going out there showing love to the brothers. Which channel in the super chat? Appreciate the support, homie. He says no rematch. I'd rather see Bud versus Mel next. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to that rematch situation. All right, so Errol Spence has the option for a rematch. He has activated his rematch clause. He said he wants to rematch. Wants to do it in December. Bud seems to want to do the rematch as well. I understand some fans saying, no, it's not necessary and stuff like that. I understand that. But they negotiated a rematch for a reason. Because something like this can happen. All right? And then, you know, the motherfuckers don't want to miss out on 2 paydays. The first fight sold well. Hopefully it sold well. I'm sure it did because everybody and their mama was buying it and they were sending me screenshots of them purchasing it. So I know it sold well. So they're not, listen, these dudes have worked their whole career and this is the first time they made $20-30 million in one night. They deserve to make that again. You know what I'm saying? I understand as a fan, especially if you're a fan of Earl, you don't want to see him get hurt. And you don't want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that shit, you know what I mean? But Earl is a warrior, bro. He want to make his money. And he want to prove that he can come out here and do a better job than he did the first time. So it's going to be, he going to fight him again, bro. I'll tell you that right now. He ain't got no curve in him, bro. He going to fight him again. D-Town, Doo-Wop in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. Says, Bud could have had a headache migraine, all of that ish. All I know is if he wanted to destroy EJ, he could have. He held off after round 6 out of love. Yeah, that's a fact. I saw I saw Terence Crawford a few times looking at Errol, and he had openings. He had openings to attack, and he didn't. Um, you know what I'm saying? He didn't. Errol kept coming. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, man, because like if he getting dropped by jabs, and you know Crawford is taking one hand, pushing him all over the ring, so he knew he had it his way. And then Errol came. One of them knockdowns, man. This one really pissed me off. Errol came running in like face first, like just like that's when I knew he didn't. Errol just whatever. All the game plan went out the window. Errol coming in face first with his, he just trying to get so desperately trying to get on the inside of Bud, and Bud is sitting back, lean back, right, as if everything is in slow motion for Bud. He sees this a mile away. He see Errol coming. Bud has his back to the ropes, and Bud throws this short little uppercut, just boom, just uppercut, right hand uppercut, then the right hand, a right hook to the top of Errol head, putting him down. I said, man, this is ridiculous. This man just did that shit in slow motion, bro. Like Crawford saw everything that EJ wanted to do before EJ did it. It's almost like he was like 3 seconds ahead of him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to fight in his mind, but he was like 3 seconds ahead. All right, he finna do this now. It was crazy. That had to be frustrating for EJ. That had to be super frustrating. Let me see what we got here. Make sure I ain't missing. Yeah, I ain't missing people. All right. Omaha Red in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. He said the scar tissue, huh? He said that Omaha eye, huh? He says them Bomac Cheetos, huh? Hey man, it is what it is. The man won. He came out here and he did the motherfucker. That's what he did. He came out here and he did the motherfucker. Caden and Myron in the super chat, salute. Appreciate the support. Says I'll pay for a rematch at 154. Earl done enough to get his get back and put on a better performance. Yeah, bro, listen, man. I don't know, bro. Look, man. We just different, man. People different, bro. The world is just different. Motherfuckers, I had to accept the fact that everybody ain't built the same way. You know what I'm saying? Some people built differently, bro. And I think like Errol deserves a fuck. Look, the nigga negotiated a rematch. Motherfucker been undefeated his whole career. He get his ass whooped. He wants to get back. Motherfucker like, nah, man, nah. He don't, nah. You see how quickly motherfuckers throw your ass away, bro? You see how quickly a motherfucker throw you away? Nah. Yeah, that shit. They don't need that shit. You know, it's just crazy to me, bro. Shit just nuts. Now I understand the you not want to see him get hurt. I understand that part, but nah, bro. What the fuck is all this negotiating for? And then he can't even get a rematch. No, of course he gonna want a rematch. T.Y. Brown in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Salute. Coming through with the 5-piece. He said Tim Bradley and everyone talked about Anui. Yeah, bitch ass stacking, putting tape directly on his hands, but nothing when Bud do it. Yeah, I saw Bud putting tape directly on his hands. I didn't say nothing about it because when I talked about it with Anui, my folks were like, it's legal in Vegas. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. It's legal in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I saw it when Bud was wrapping his hands. He was putting tape directly on his hands. So, you know, it is what it is. T. Scott in the super chat coming through with the $5. Appreciate the support, homie. He says Spence lost after the first knockdown. He wanted his lick back. Bud was calm the whole fight. Hey, bro, T. Scott. Everything I thought was going to be the weakness for Bud ended up being the weakness for Spence. For 5 years, I've been telling you, Terence Crawford is a dog, and when he get hurt, he gonna want his lick back, and that's gonna be the mistake, and that's gonna get him stopped. I've been saying that for 5 years. Whole time, it was EJ who did the shit. It was just a reverse. Crazy. Yep, EJ wanted his lick back for sure. He definitely wanted to, and he was walking right into shit. Game plan went out the window. He was just walking into shit. Cleverly dope in the super chat. Appreciate the support. He says it took Bud 1 round to figure out EJ's jab. Salute, General. Yeah, but they worked on it though. Crawford team, you gotta put respect on Crawford team now. You got to. All the jokes and stuff was cute and everything, but now you gotta put respect on Terence Crawford team, his training regimen and all that. Because let me tell you something, man. Crawford said after the fight that they worked specifically on Errol Spence's jab and how to take it away, and they specifically worked on increasing the power in Bud's jab. He said he can't throw no flick jab out there, not against Errol because he's too strong. He's a pressure fighter. So we worked on throwing the power jab. Was it a power jab? That shit was vicious, man. That fucking jab was doom, doom. Like he put some stank on every jab. He put some serious stank on that motherfucker. And I know EJ has to be thinking like, God damn. T.Y. Brown in the super chat, appreciate the support. He says, power from Bud stacking had Errol stunned. Hey, man, I know y'all going to say stuff. I ain't saying nothing. If they say it's legal in Vegas, I'm not. Errol ain't complaining. Errol ain't complained about it, bro, so I'm not tripping on the shit. You know what I'm saying? If they make the shit illegal, fine. Jaquan Mason in the super chat, appreciate the support. He says, I won 1 round. He said he won 1 round, bro. 154, Crawford gonna hurt him. Maybe. Crawford might hurt him, man, but EJ deserved it. He deserved to get that, man. He deserved that much respect to get his rematch. You know what I'm saying? That's what they negotiated for. Right? This could happen. One of these guys could lose. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand it would be more satisfying to us if it was a closer fight. Right? If it was a closer fight and shit, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't. It was just a washing. Kale for Miles in the super chat. Appreciate the support. Says Black Dookies. He says the Black Dookies, Eminem, and Fishnets. A Wheezy verse is over. Yeah, he came out there with them black Air Force Ones and had Eminem. Yep. Yeah, Crawford was ready. He was ready. I see TJ say, do y'all think EJ needs to adjust his style? No, I think EJ's style is great for everybody except for Terence Crawford. And sometimes it happen like that. Sometimes you run into a motherfucker who your style, that's why they say styles make fights in boxing. This is exactly why they say styles make fights. You see there? Because I'm going to tell you why. Regardless of how you feel about Errol Spence, if you're a hater of Errol Spence or you love, it don't matter. You know Errol Spence can fight. You just seen Errol Spence whoop people's ass. You just seen him whoop all these welterweights' asses, right? However, Terence Crawford fights Errol, and Errol Spence is Terence Crawford's easiest fight. Errol Spence was Terence Crawford's easiest fight. Now, to make that make sense, Errol Spence was Terence Crawford's easiest fight, but Errol Spence dominated all the rest of these dudes. Right? We seen Sean Porter give Terence Crawford a harder fight than Errol Spence did. Kell Brook gave Crawford a harder fight. Shit, motherfucker, all these motherfucking Mean Machine gave him a harder fight than what Spence did. Sometimes motherfuckers they know your style and it's all bad for you. You know what I'm saying? A certain style is just all bad for you, bro. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It don't mean this guy sucked, none of that. It just mean stylistically horrible matchup. Horrible. Yep. Everything I thought Earl was gonna have a strength in, pushing back Crawford, leaning on him, making it a war of attrition. No, Crawford's strength was way too much. His speed was way too much. His accuracy and timing, uh, uh, it just was way too much, man. He caught Earl on the way in every single time. Caught him on the way in. T.Y. Brown in the super chat, appreciate the support. He said Bud Power was ridiculously crazy. Yeah, absolutely, it was. Trav 414 in the super chat, appreciate the support. He said it could have been them Dallas Cowboys voodoo on Earl 78. He'll bounce back though. Oh yeah, Earl bounced back. I just want him to make his money so he can be well off and chill. He got his ranch, he got his family. You know what I'm saying? Make his money and retire healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want for him. You know what I mean? I'm happy that Terence Crawford got in a position that he can make his money. He did everything right, Terence Crawford. Regardless of what people try to say, oh, Crawford ducking and Crawford don't really want it. Everything worked out for how he wanted it because what he did was he negotiated everything he wanted. And Errol Spence wanted this fight so badly that he gave Crawford everything he wanted. Errol didn't let his ego get in the way. He wanted to be a part of history, so he gave Crawford everything he wanted. And that's why I'm not going to let nobody shit on Errol Spence or act like he trash or some shit because this nigga didn't have to fight Crawford. Errol could have did some whole shit. He could have did some whole shit. He could have did exactly what PBC and Showtime wanted him to do, which is avoid Crawford and fight fucking Keith Thurman. That's what he was told to do. He said, nope, fine, I'm just not going to fight then. I'm going to sit out for a year and a half and be rusty, but I'm going to fight Crawford. He did all that shit to make this fight happen. So I'm not going to let nobody shit on the dude and act like he trashed or some shit. Because if Earl was the whole ass dude that y'all think he is, you would have never. Terence Crawford wouldn't be $40-50 million richer today. And Crawford know that. That's why he thanked Errol Spence. That's just the facts of the matter, bro. You got to reward motherfucking fighters for doing what the fuck they supposed to do. You understand? Errol Spence lost because he fought the fucking best, right? He lost because he put himself in position to lose or win. A lot of motherfuckers don't do that. They just avoid motherfuckers and live off the credit of, oh man, nah, he'll beat his ass, man. Man, come on, man, he'll beat his ass. Shit, that shit sound good. You ain't been in the ring with him. We don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Big Dog Willie in the super chat, appreciate the support. He said Bud's hand speed made Earl look slow. Didn't see that. Yeah, Bud hand speed was just ridiculous. Told you, man, looked like an assassin. Captain in the super chat, coming through with the 5-piece, appreciate the support. Said if EJ want the rematch, I want the rematch. He says, I picked him to win this time. I'll pick him in the rematch. Much respect to Bud, legendary. Salute, absolutely. Well, you know, that's because you're a real one, though, Captain. See, you a real one. You in this for the right reasons. A lot of people are in the, especially niggas on YouTube, right? I don't understand these niggas on YouTube. I stopped trying to understand them. I think these niggas be wanting to get all their predictions right or something, and they think like if they think it's like this imaginary scorekeeper or something that's gonna fuck you up if you get too many predictions wrong or something. Bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. That's why so many turncoats. So I seen so many people turn on Anthony Joshua when he lost to Ruiz. Motherfucker turned on Wilder and shit. All them hoe ass dudes turned on Wilder, and I seen motherfuckers turning on Terence Crawford 2 weeks before the motherfucking fight. Tell me I'm lying. 2 weeks before the motherfucking fight, you had niggas turning on Crawford. Then when they after the weigh-in, they try to slide their ass back on the Crawford side. Bro, this YouTube shit be phony as a fuck, bro. Niggas just want to be a part of whatever they think, because they know nobody want to eat crow. Everybody afraid of being trolled and shit. Everybody afraid, oh man, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, I gotta be a part of the winning side. So we know this is what they do. They talk all this shit in the build up for a fight. Let's say Tank Davis. I'm gonna show y'all how YouTube work. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, right? Let's use them for example. I'm a Devin Haney fan, and I was a Shakur fan until Shakur started doing whole shit. But I know Shakur can fight. He talented, all that shit. I used to love Shakur, but I'm a Devin Haney fan. So now I would pick Devin Haney to win that fight, right? So now, if all these people will be talking shit like, oh man, Shakur gonna fuck Devin up. Shakur gonna dominate Devin. Oh, Devin ain't shit. Devin ain't this, blah, 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 right? For you, they're gonna talk this the whole build up. Then, fight happened, and Devin Haney, let's say Devin Haney dominates Shakur. He goes the total opposite of what they think gonna happen. Devin Haney straight dominates Shakur, right? The same niggas who was talking shit all this time, you know what they'll do? Because they're afraid of getting trolled, they're afraid of 78 or somebody else shitting on them. What they'll do is they'll turn on Shakur. They'll do a whole video. Man, this nigga Shakur straight bitch, man. Man, this nigga Shakur, this nigga trash, man. Man, this nigga Shakur, man, he ain't got no heart. Man, he can't represent Jersey no more, man. Man, get this nigga the fuck out of here, man. This nigga ain't shit, man. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, man, y'all was right, man. Hey, man, Shakur ain't shit. Hey. See, I don't respect shit like that. I don't respect it. You ride with your nigga. You learn that in the streets, but a lot of y'all dudes ain't from where I'm from, so you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So when motherfuckers were like, oh man, you know, Wilder can't beat Fury, man. Just face it, Wilder can't beat. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. We coming back again 4 times, nigga. We coming back again. What the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you think I'm gonna do? Think I'm gonna turn another direction? No, nigga, this is where I'm at right now. It's the team I'm on. See, we just built different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck wrong with these weird ass niggas on here, man. This is just some weird ass dudes on here, bro. You ain't getting no brownie points for getting your predictions right. So just have fun with this boxing shit, bro. Right? Have fun with the boxing shit. Stop acting like you finna get beat up or some shit. You ain't finna lose no credibility or no respect. Motherfuckers come on here clickbaiting every fucking day. Ain't lost no credibility on their channel. Just flat out make up shit. Titles be all wrong. Just saying outlandish, ridiculous shit. Niggas still go over there and fuck with them. They get more and more subscribers. And everybody know they clickbait. They're not losing nothing. So what the fuck are you afraid of making a pick for? Stop letting these people try to trick you into thinking you can't make a fucking pick. Pick the person you want to pick. If he lose, he lose. But you go down with the motherfucking ship. You don't be abandoning the ship, jumping off and shit, trying to save your face, save yourself and shit. That's some pussy ass shit to me. Suge in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Says how Crawford did Spence tonight is how 78 Sports would do Doug Fisher. Slow punishment. Nah, man. I'm too old for that. I ain't fighting nobody. If you get that deep, somebody gonna have to get popped. That's what security for. Brian T in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. He says, I'll definitely pay for a rematch. Congratulations to Crawford and his team, and respect to EJ for putting up 3 times and still wanting to fight. For getting up 3 times, For getting up 3 times and still wanting to fight. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Just Boxing in the super chat. Appreciate the support. Coming through with the 5-piece. He says, after last night, people ain't gonna pay for a rematch. Fire sticks. Well, maybe they won't. But maybe the networks will pay for the rematch themselves. Maybe the networks will pay for the rematch. But this is what greatness is built on. See, when people count you out, at this moment, Errol Spence is counted out, right? See, this is what greatness is built on. Because if Errol Spence can somehow come back and beat Terence Crawford, do you know what's going to happen? It's going to be unbelievable. Because nobody's going to believe he can beat Crawford at this point. If this man can come back somehow and beat Crawford, it's going to be crazy. You understand? But that's what legends are made of, right? And that's why people like Roberto Duran are held in such high regard. Sugar Ray Leonard and people like that. A lot of young boxing fans ask, "What man? Why do you be kissing on old school niggas' ass all the time?" Well, I don't get it. I looked at some of their fights. I don't get it because you wasn't there for the emotion attached to it. You wasn't there when they got their asses dragged, right? And everybody counting them out, and people was doing the same shit they doing to Earl now, and then they came back and won against the odds. You wasn't there for that, so that's what legends are made of. You understand? Omaha Red coming back with the 5-piece chicken nugget. Appreciate support. He says Bud was so carefree about Spence that he pieces EJ up, knocked him down, and walked over to Jamel and started talking ish. He says EJ won't be the same, y'all. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be the same or not. It could be a situation where he just Terence Crawford style just all wrong for him. It could be that, you know what I'm saying? It could be that. Or maybe his style, the taxing style that he uses on his body and everything he does has caught up to him, and maybe he won't be the same. Southside Boxer 601, what's happening with it, homie? Salute to you in Super Chat. He says, here for the comments. Salute to my OG 78 LDBC. Salute, bro. For the Southside up in here. A real Terence Crawford fan. Been a Terence Crawford fan the whole time. Ain't never ran and wavered. He stayed in the pocket, represented his guy. He didn't run off and leave. Oh, I'm leaving the LDBC. Man, there's too many Spence fans over there, man. Man, running over to the ops channels and shit. He didn't do none of that sucker ass shit like a lot of you marks did. My brother Joe Townsend always coming through representing the money and the magic, you dig? Make sure y'all go sign up to onlyfans.com/money-magic-XXX. Going across the bottom of the screen right now if you want to see the lovely ladies, you dig? Let me see here. Let's see. Make sure I got everybody real quick. I gotta eat some breakfast, man. I ain't ate nothing. I ain't go sleep till like 6:30 this morning. KP from KC, 5 in the super chat. Appreciate the support. Spence and Wilder different. Thank those kings. Salute. Yeah, man. Well, those guys put themselves in position to lose because they put themselves in position to fight the best, and they didn't make excuses up. They actually fought the best, and that's what irritates me when guys like that get criticized, is because they didn't have to. They could have ducked. I'm gonna tell you something. I want people to really think about this. You ain't gotta admit it out loud because I know some people just pussy like that, but just think about this in your head. Deontay Wilder, who was undefeated knockout artist, he's being avoided by Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. They don't want to make the fight, right? They're trying to isolate him and not isolate him, but put him on an island by himself, right? So now he gives Tyson Fury a shot, who was still the lineal champion. All right, he fights Tyson Fury to a draw, even though we feel like he knocked out Tyson Fury in that first fight, and Tyson Fury got extra time. But whatever, he knocked down Fury twice. First fight, it ended up being a draw. At that moment, Deontay Wilder didn't have to fight Tyson Fury again. Fury wasn't his mandatory. Fury had ran off to top rank, got a $100 million deal or whatever he got. Deontay Wilder could have made a career. He could have feasted off of fighting the likes of Adam Kownacki and other guys like that. He didn't have to fight these guys. He could have just kept knocking people out and talking shit and waiting for the AJ fight. That's what he could have did. Knocking people out, talking shit. And he'd be undefeated to this day. But you know what he did? He hunted down Tyson Fury for that rematch. He put himself in position, right? Sucker niggas gonna laugh at it. Oh man, yeah, man, yeah, man. See what I'm saying? Same thing, Earl Spence. Earl Spence could have did what PBC told him to do, which is fight Keith Thurman. He could have done that. But he, as a warrior, wouldn't be able to live with himself if he didn't fight Crawford. So he did what the fans wanted, and motherfuckers, come on, bro. See what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't shit, bro. No appreciation. No appreciation. This is exactly why I stopped. The people ain't shit, bro. This is why I stopped giving people loans. I stopped giving a fuck, bro. All that caring and shit I used to do, it don't get you nowhere. You do all that shit for a motherfucker, and all they do is use you, take advantage, and then still talk shit about you. Now, how the fuck you pay a nigga rent, and they crying and all this old shit, they can't, or they finna get put out, you help a nigga out, and then a year later, this nigga talking shit about you because you disagree about some boxing. Man, fuck that fake shit. I ain't doing shit for another motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, outside my family, bro. It's just a waste of fucking time. Motherfuckers ain't got no code. No, they don't live by shit, bro. Ain't got no understanding. NHA Tube in the super chat coming through with the 5-piece. He said Bud stepped in looking like Lamar from BMF, Black Air Force Ones and all. Cut them boys' water off. You know, I still ain't seen. Excuse me. I still ain't seen BMF yet. I'm gonna wait till the series is over with so I can binge watch it. That's how I like to do shows, because if otherwise, if I start watching it while it's still running, then I'm gonna get behind and all that shit. Then I got rewatch it, like The Shy. That's what was happening. I was trying to follow The Shy, and then I got behind because I forgot when the new season started. Power, I fell way behind on Power. Oh man, so I got to binge watch all that shit one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Trey Brown in the super chat, appreciate the support, fam. Coming through with the 5-piece. He says, AJ, Ryan, and Maul give Derek James Camp bad juju. He says, especially AJ. Wilder knocking his head off. Happy for Bud, sad for Spence. Salute 78. Man, I'm happy for Spence, man, that he got his payday. But I'm sad for him. I hurt for him because he did something he didn't have to do, and he's still going to get laughed at and criticized because he got dominated. But he put himself in that position, bro. That's what he was he was supposed to do this, bro. This is what I want people to understand. He didn't have to, but he was supposed to, right? Let's say, I'm going to give you a perfect example, right? Have to and supposed to, all right? You 14 years old. You got an 8-year-old little brother, right? Your little brother come running up the street crying, and he tell you, big brother, this boy down the street slapped me and spit on me. Like, what boy? I don't know, he's a big kid. Now, you don't have to go down there and see who it was. You could take your little brother in the house, tell your parents, and sit down like a good, responsible fucking kid and comfort your brother. That's what you could do, right? Or, if you like myself, you can be a stepper. And you can walk down there, not giving a fuck how big they is, how many of them it is, and say, yo, who the fuck hit my little brother? And you can take your ass whooping like a fucking man, bro. Now, how the fuck somebody gonna laugh at you for defending doing what you're supposed to do? How about fucking, oh man, he got fucked up, man. That's why the world is all backwards now. That's why you got little niggas walking around in dresses and shit, and NBA players with looking like aunties and shit. The world just backwards, bro. Straight backwards. The fucker don't respect real shit no more. Let me see here. Look at this motherfucker. I'm blocking this motherfucker right here, ASAP Rocky. your mark ass up out of here. You don't love Errol. You fake. If you love Errol, you wouldn't want him to get beat up again. Shut your stupid ass up. That's why your sons want to be girls right now. Talking that dumb shit. What's up, Sister Quee? Let's see. Angry Skips in the super chat coming through. Angry Skips. He said, did you see Jamel Charlo in the crowd? You think he wants to fight? Errol still has my respect, and Bud showed he's the real deal. Absolutely. Yeah, I think, Mel was mad in the crowd seeing that. I saw him from the first round. He was mad. He didn't like how shit was going. Yeah, he was definitely mad. General Africa, what's happening with us? See, homie? Let's see here. One here to quitter say, in the streets, if I lose, we fight every time we see each other. Bro, these dudes ain't built like that, bro. These dudes ain't built like that, bro. You know what they gonna do? These niggas talk. Oh, this is what they do in this generation. Especially these internet niggas. They talk hellified shit. Super duper gangster shit, right? Right? They pull up in another nigga hood with their camera phone and shit. They little Instagram live and Facebook live. Yeah, I'm in this nigga hood. Yeah, well, I'm in the hood, nigga. Then they get stomped the fuck out. Then they hop back on social media. Cuz somebody help get me, cuz it was Ray and them dropped me. Cuz come get me. Hey, somebody help me out. Like, what the fuck? Just weirdos, bro. They weirdos. Straight fucking weirdos. Let me see here. DLP in the super chat, appreciate the support. He says, paid for it and still missed it. He says, salute to the Patreon fam. Yes, sir, man. And for all my Patreon members, my new Patreon content will drop tomorrow. I got some bangers coming, but I'm real tied up today. It's going to take me a minute to upload all them videos, but they will be up tomorrow on the 31st, brothers. Got y'all. Ron Hall in the super chat, appreciate the support. Says hopefully we will have Blu-ray in the rematch. Yeah, hopefully. Like I say, I don't know what's up with Errol, why he don't. I don't know if Blu-ray be working him too hard. I don't know what the fuck it is. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let's see. The Cape Crusader in the super chat, appreciate the love. Said who wins? If Prime Floyd Mayweather fought Terence Crawford, that's a tough one. Both great counter punchers. If Floyd fought Terence Crawford at welterweight, Terence Crawford beats him. Terence Crawford beats him at welterweight. And Floyd is stronger than people give him credit for, too. And Floyd is, we already know he's super duper accurate and precise. But Floyd don't got the power at welterweight that Crawford do. That's going to be a good one. Let's see here. Brandon Hugh, he says, nah, 78, everyone's counting Bud out. Let me ask, see, this is what I mean about mythology. This is what I mean about mythology, bro. How is everyone counting Bud out if Bud is the fucking betting favorite going into the fight? Every fucking boxing head I talk to, especially the OGs, all of them pick Bud. Every last one of them was picking Bud. Errol Spence has fans that was riding for Errol Spence. The masses were picking Bud, which was why he was the favorite. So this narrative that everyone counted out Bud, who? Errol Spence fans? because it wasn't the world. The world said, nah, that dude right there, Terence Crawford, that's a bad motherfucker. He the betting favorite. See, it's one thing to talk shit. It's another thing put your money where your mouth is. And the people who had to put their money where their mouth is, put their money on Bud. So that's a narrative that ain't true. That Bud was counted out and all that. No, he talking about a small section of the planet. Dion Williams in the super chat. Appreciate the support coming through with the 10 piece. He says, we have too many cheerleaders in boxing. Some of these guys are acting like they beat Spence. We got the Alamo fight down here in Texas. He says, Spence till the end. He'll be ready for the rematch. Salute, salute. Yes, sir. Yeah, I expect some Crawford fans to talk some shit, you know what I'm saying? I expect some Crawford fans to talk shit. I'm going to let them talk their shit because they deserve the right to be able to talk shit because they had to put up with a lot of abuse for years from Spence fans shitting on them in their chats and stuff, calling Crawford a duck and Bomac a fat ass and all kind of shit. So they're going to talk some shit, but I respect the ones who was here. The ones who I fuck with, who are Bud fans that was here the whole time picking Bud, I respect them. All these Johnny come lately new motherfuckers who I know are just Errol Spence haters. No, you get out of my face with that shit. Some of these niggas still want to argue and shit about the same dumb shit. Like nigga came left me a comment this morning talking about, so what happened in negotiations? What happened? Negotiations? Nigga, the fight is over with. What are you talking about negotiations? This is what I'm saying. These dudes still want to argue, bro. This is what they do. The type of weird ass niggas. That's why they ain't got no woman. Can't keep a woman. I saw some shit on Instagram Live, right? Not Instagram Live, but Instagram. I saw this thing where this dude was asking the question. This is so fucking pathetic, man. This dude said he asked his girl. I guess his girl got a son, like he a stepdaddy or some shit. So he asked his girl, if me and your son was drowning, who would you save? And she said she'll save her son. And this nigga got mad about the shit. So then he said, she asked him, if I was drowning and my son was drowning, who would you save? And then he said, well, I would save you. And she got mad at him and said, no, why won't you save the baby? And he's like, well, I love you. And this is why I don't respect these niggas. That is some emotional pussy ass shit to even be talking about. A nigga sitting back looking at a girl's son being jealous of the boy. Oh, she loved him more than she loved me. No, she supposed to love me more. She supposed to save me before. Like, bro, you's a dumbass nigga, bro. This dumbass niggas, man. Ignorant, emotional ass dudes, tender-hearted ass niggas. You talk all that tough ass shit about simps and shit. Niggas all over the internet. Simp. That's simping. It's a simp. It's a simping. It's a simp. Oh man, that dude is simp. It's a simp. It's a simp. It's a simp. Nigga, all you niggas are simps. You are the definition of simps. Overly emotional, crybaby ass niggas, tender loving. Mama didn't love me enough. Fuck, you gonna ask a girl to choose you over her fucking baby? What kind of mother would she be, you stupid motherfucker? That's the most ignorant shit I ever heard. And the nigga was serious. Emotional ass weirdos. Boxing fan, I forgot why I even brought that up. I was finna make a point, but I forgot. Boxing fan Tops 4 in the super chat, showing love, much appreciation, says, what Bud did was some Jordan Leon Macy type ish. I don't even know who that was. Salute. KO for Miles in the super chat. Appreciate the support, family. Says Bud drags 154 and below. Charlo come to the front. Charlo ain't gonna fight Bud right now. Charlo wasn't interested in fighting Bud. Charlo wanted to fight the boy Tim Zoo. Let's see here. Your Point of View podcast with Keith in the super chat dropping the 10-piece chicken nugget. Appreciate the support. He says, win or lose, I'm still rocking with Errol Spence, but respect to Crawford. A lot of best fighters lost before, like Ali and Tyson, and still great. Absolutely. Absolutely. And history will remember the greatness of them. It's just that, we got to deal with this goofy stuff on the internet. Terence Crawford is a beast, bro. I try to give Crawford his credit. Motherfucker coming on me, man, keep the same energy, man. Man, shut the fuck up, dude. Motherfucker, what you want me to come on here lying? Let me see here. Salute to, let me see here. Somebody's in the Cash App. Hold on. Saints in the Cash App, salute. He says, Spence needs to work with a wrestler for the rematch. Nah, I don't know about that. Cotton in the Cash App, salute. He says, tried to super chat, didn't go through. Oh man, sorry about that. YouTube be doing that sometime, playing weird games like that. Appreciate you in the Cash App. Let's see. Passive Student in the super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation. Says Duran lost to Hearns in 3 rounds, and it's still considered a king amongst the 4. Errol is his own right is already a legend for his body of work. Yeah, man. Absolutely, I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Let's see. We got Afro-Rican G in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. He says 78. Those fights that don't want to watch ever again. He says last night was one of those for me. Shout out to the legendary Terence Crawford. Yeah, Crawford separated himself last night, most definitely. That man had to glow like Bruce Leroy. That nigga had to glow. Couldn't be faded. It don't matter if it was 2 Errol Spencers in that ring, he was going to beat both of them. That nigga had to glow. What's up, my brother? Welcome down around. Big stepping in the building. I see you, homie. Let's see here. Quickly say why they keep mentioning the BFTB. So it must be some trolls in the chat mentioning the BFTB or something. Well, see, that's what they. I'm gonna tell you. See what it is. BFTB was at the fight. The trolls wasn't though. The ones that's looking for BFTB to talk shit to him, they wasn't at the fight. BFTB, all that shit he talked, all that big shit BFTB talked. Guess where he was at? Front and center at the fight. Not one troll said shit to him either the whole time. But where they at? On YouTube in the comment section. Where BFTB at? Yeah, where you at? He outside, nigga. He outside. Captain 601 in the super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation. Says salute, General. As an Errol fan, he is not overrated, but Bud is criminally underrated. Salute, Team Crawford. # man down. Always. Absolutely. That's a perfect way to say it. Terence Crawford is critically underrated, and that's how you got to look at that situation. Errol is a great fighter. Great. Terence Crawford is a legendary fighter, bro. Legendary. What's up, King G? The boxologist is in the building. Let's see here. Let me go down here. Dang, I must have been way behind. All them comments I'm reading was from way back. Impact Kennels in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. Since I knew Crawford was gonna stop EJ before round 10, I just didn't think it would be that easy. You're the realest on YouTube. You keep it a buck always. Hey, salute to you, homie. Appreciate the love, man. Like them dogs you got over there too, man. Salute, homie. Let me see here. Ashton H in the super chat. Appreciate the support. Says, fam, is it possible Errol was drugged, not due to Terence, similar to Wilder, too, because Errol looked high. Well, brother, look, I'm gonna say this, all right? When Errol Spence, I was watching the fight, and you know, the on the undercard, you know how they cut away in between rounds, and they show the arrival of Crawford and Spence coming into the arena, going to their locker rooms and stuff. When they show Errol Spence, he looked high, or he looked like he just woke up. He looked like he was asleep in the middle of a good ass sleep, and somebody said, "Hey, bro, get up, we're gonna be late." And he just jumped up, put his hat on, got in the car, and arrived in the arena. And 5 minutes later, because the bottom of his eyes had crust in it, and it was fucking swollen. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I know this nigga ain't been asleep. What the fuck you sleep for, bro? You supposed to be up, like nervous and shit. What the fuck is he sleep for, right? Because I mean, it's clear as day. You can say people can call that excuse, whatever. I know what the fuck I saw, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna play games and just for the sake of not making excuses, act like I didn't see shit. I saw what I saw. But no, I don't think he was drugged. I think you know, some bullshit probably happened. Some irresponsible shit probably happened. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think personally. Some irresponsible shit probably happened. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But he definitely looked sleepy as hell, or high, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like the nigga ate some edibles or some shit. That's what it looked like. Just to be honest, perfectly honest with you, it looked like the nigga had some edibles. And that shit crept up on his ass and shit. But I'm not saying that's what happened. It could have just been he was tired and went to sleep and got up right before the fight. But I know one thing: when Terence Crawford was coming into the arena, he came to the arena looking like he was looking for the nigga who hit his brother. Like, somebody hit my brother. Hey, what class he in? What class he in? That's how he looked. That's just the truth of the matter. Drew Titan LLC, my brother in the super chat, appreciate the support. He says, scrapbook, Stormy B Man, the late Kurt Sugar, all picked Bud 3 years ago. Salute to the three wise men. It's boxing. Someone got to lose. That's sports. Yeah, bro. Like I just said, Drew, all the OGs I know, people that I respect in my life, outside of YouTube, picked Crawford. They all kept picking him. I'm like, man, why anybody keep picking Crawford? Like, bro, he good. He's like, yeah, he just good, man. He's good. But with Crawford, you know, he's something different. They saw it. So, I mean, you got to acknowledge that shit. You know? All the motherfuckers ain't crazy. Let me see here. Michael Carter in the super chat coming through with the 10-piece. Appreciate the support. It's 78. What effects does training in 100-degree heat do to the human body? Frank Martin looked flat as hell, and flat as well, and stated his timing was off. Maybe the gym warehouse is too hot. Shit, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's something though. If Frank Martin was saying that his timing was off and Earl timing off as well, yeah, it's something. I know the first thing they need to do is get janky ass AJ out their gym. Told people that they thought playing, get janky ass AJ up out that gym, and they come over there with all that fucking loser sweat dripping all over the goddamn heavy bags and shit. Fucking up. I told you. Said, man, they gonna get this nigga over here finna fuck up the whole shit. Need to stop letting Jamal Charlo in that gym. to look around and shit, rubbing off his coward ass energy. The Charlie brothers need to sit their ass down somewhere for real, bro. Them niggas, they really do need to sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? I be trying not to go in on them niggas, but that little fake tough act them niggas be doing, they need to sit the fuck down somewhere. Because everybody in their mama done already hold them and called them out a million times. And they just, like, bro, sit down, man. Andrew Robinson in the super chat coming through with the 10-piece. Appreciate the support. He says, a lot of these new school cats are softer than baby crap. Protecting the children comes first. Sad, bro. Absolutely it's sad, man. It's sad, but that's how some of these dudes think. Some of these niggas is weird, bro. G. Benson in the super chat showing love, much appreciation coming through with the 20-piece chicken nugget. He said Bud took advantage of two things others could not. Keeping his head on the line and being absolutely getting in the car and the other between shots. That's a skillful issue, not a weight one. Respect to Errol making a fight. Yeah, absolutely. Salute to G. Benson, the OG up in here. Appreciate the love, homie. Yeah, let's see what we got here. What's up, Healer the teacher? I'm sorry, y'all. My eyes are starting to get a little blurry on me. I'll get my glasses before the end of the year. And they're going in and out on me, so I'm skipping names and stuff here because I can't really see that good. Okay. OG Mr. Mott coming through with the 10-piece. Appreciate the support, fam. He says, I was definitely disappointed in the outcome, but wasn't hurt. He said, I love EJ, but I didn't personalize the way I feel about others. I didn't personalize the way I feel about it either. He says, Wilder, the only fighter that I was hurt when he lost. Yeah. Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna be hurt if EJ lost to Bud anyway, because the racial politics wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? The racial politics wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say about Bud, but at the end of the day, he's still a brother. The Fury situation was different. Fury situation was different because you had to look at all the fucking racial politics that was happening. Let's see. See, we got idiots over here coming in. I'm about to open up the panel for a little while and let a few of y'all come on here and talk, give your opinion. Members of the mighty. So let me get it going. Let me see here. I don't know why my phone is on silent for some reason. It's weird. I'm about to put the link in the chat. This is for members of the LDBC. And the only reason I say that is because I don't want no weirdos coming on here like disrespecting people, showing their dicks and all that weird shit, fucking up my live stream. Because y'all do it. Don't act like you don't do it. I seen y'all do it on other people's channels, coming on here showing dicks and shit. Like, you're not coming on my page fucking my shit up, bro. Fuck out of here with that weird homosexual energy y'all be having. All right, let me see something. 1 second, y'all. Whoever that is back there. 1 second, I got to pin this link to the top of the chat. 1 second. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Come on, YouTube. Where you at? Here we go. Let's see. All right. I just pinned the message. Now let's get back over here. See who we got. We got Young Abel in here. We got brother Drew Titan up in here. Welcome down, Rad Big Steppin'. Focus Ball. OG Mr. Mod. And brother Stephen L. Mizak. All right, let me take this off the thing here. What's happening, brothers?
Salute.
What's good, 78? How you doing today, man?
What's
I'm
up?
good,
What's
good.
up?
What's up, General?
Good,
Hey,
man.
Drew Titan, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing in Vegas, brother?
Hey, whoever is in the background, Darkland Ruby, turn your camera on. Who are you, family? Is that a different? That's a different name from your YouTube name. Turn your camera on, family, so I can see who you are in the back. Darkland Ruby. Well, otherwise you ain't gonna get on here, brother.
You better have some clothes on when you cut that motherfucker on.
Okay, I see him. I see
Right.
you, bro. You can turn your camera off. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Let me start with you, my brother. Welcome down, Ram, man. What'd you think of the fight, bro?
Shit, it was disheartening, but it was also fucking good for the culture, man. I mean, I didn't expect that whooping to come like that. I had it 50-50. I was leaning more for Errol, you know. Gotta rep the home team. Roll with Cuzzo, you feel me? But shit, that motherfucking Bud is a goddamn dog, man. I didn't see that one coming. That shit remind me of how Yontis did us, bro, with Red Jack.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a fight, though. And what we not gonna do though is discredit the shit, man, and say motherfuckers was secretly drugged and all this. And no, come on, man. If a motherfucker was high, he got himself high, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody for you see them niggas who was around him, ain't nobody finna slip that nigga shit he didn't want. So he could have been sleep, like you said, whatever it was, that was on him for whatever fucking happened. But I dead ass knew it was finna be one when I seen at the end of the first round. Y'all go back and watch it. Errol shot a shot at fucking Terence, and Terence just sidestepped and was gone. And Errol was just looking like, what the fuck? I was like, oh yeah, we in trouble tonight, Jack.
Yeah.
That shit just got worse the longer it went, bro. I don't know. Maybe EJ ain't taking him as seriously as he should. I was texting you saying he needed Blu-ray last night just for the strength part. Cause I couldn't believe he was getting pushed around, bro. I was like, God damn.
I don't think it would have made a difference, even if he had Blu-ray in his corner.
I'm saying for the strength part.
No, I'm
He
saying.
wasn't able to impose his strength on him when he tried to, but was
I
just
mean, I'm
pushing
just
him
saying.
off.
I mean, I hear you, but I'm just saying I don't think that would have made a difference because going into the fight, I mean, I'm not the biggest. I'm not a really big on Terence Crawford like that. But he is versatile. The dude can fight both ways. He makes adjustments, when he needs to make adjustments. I never really seen EJ make any adjustments. He's been fighting in a style that's been winning for him. And when you fight somebody like Terence Crawford, you can't come one way like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
His
yeah, he
timing
ain't
is
had
off.
to
Hold on.
adjust, you know. He
His
never
timing
had to
was
make no adjustments, so that's kind of on him too, bro.
well. I mean, he ain't really. I mean, who really pushed him? I mean, the only person that really made him have to do an adjustment, I could say, is Kell Brook to an extent, but I mean, it's like, you know, he's one dimensional. I mean, Spence is one dimensional. I'm not trying to shit on him, but I'm just saying, like, just from looking at his fights and stuff, he's been winning one way, so he only knows how to win one way. Terence Crawford been winning many ways. You know what I mean? Like, prime example. I'll give you an example right now. When he fought Gamboa, Gamboa was piecing Crawford, piecing him left from right. But the only thing that saved Crawford is because Gamboa don't really have no defense like that. And Crawford was able to make that adjustment. I ain't never really seen Spence like that in a fight where he had to make an adjustment.
Errol just one of those fighters who once he makes a game plan or once they come up with a game plan, he sticks to it and he won't change it.
But
He
yeah,
just he
but
stays on that road.
that's
He'll
the
if it
downfall though.
ain't
You
working,
can't. But
if it ain't working, he keeps doing it and he keeps doing it until until he gains
But that's
success.
what I'm saying. That's the downfall, though. That's the
Right.
downfall.
It just didn't work
You
for
can't
him.
do
It
that.
just didn't
I
work
mean,
for
but you
him
can't
last
do
time.
that at the elite level. Not when everybody already have your timing down.
Well,
That's what
everybody
made
didn't.
Hold
Wilder
on,
so great.
hold on, hold on. Let's be real. He did Earl. You say he can't do that at the elite level, but he was
Yeah,
doing it at the
He
elite level.
been doing it.
yeah,
He
but
been
I
doing
mean,
it.
it's not
Like
at
it
this.
just the thing is he ran into Terence Crawford, who is just a better fighter, and Terence Crawford stylistically, Earl Spence style was just food for Terence Crawford style. That's all it is. Like
I
it's
mean,
easy to like analyze it now and be like, oh, Earl didn't do this and he didn't do that and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. The same thing they did to Wilder when Wilder lost.
no,
People did the same
right.
thing talking about, oh, well, Wilder one dimensional. All he do is knock people
Well,
out.
no.
But he
Listen.
been knocking motherfuckers
No,
out
but
though.
look, that is
Good
true though.
motherfuckers too.
Hold on. No. That is true. Wilder has been knocking out dudes, and I don't take away nothing from Wilder. Wilder got like a hell of a right hand. Everybody knows that. That can't be disputed. That can't be denied because he had like 40-some knockouts, something crazy like that, right? But I'm just saying, when he ran into Fury, he didn't know how to switch
Man,
up.
get the
Fury,
fuck out of here. Fury's a cheat.
hold
Man,
on.
get that bullshit the fuck out of here.
What you mean? I'm just telling you the truth. Like when he ran into Fury,
Hold on, hold on,
Fury
hold
was
on.
able to neutralize the right hand from
Let, let,
Wilder.
Real quick. Let me
let
just say.
Let
Texas
Ram
too.
finish
Go
what
ahead.
he's talking about, bro.
Go ahead.
Let me just say this real quick. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
people saying that Errol Spence is one dimensional is too soon to call. Because I mean, if he was one dimensional, he would have fought Mikey Garcia the same way he fought
Literally.
everybody else. But
Right,
he
but that's because
showed.
Mikey
Hold on,
Garcia
let me
ran
finish.
out.
Let me
Hey,
finish.
bro, you gotta let people talk, bro.
All right.
Real quick. I'm gonna say this, and
Uh,
I'm gonna listen to everybody else.
yeah.
Errol Spence has range. He's very multi-dimensional. It's just that for his specific fight with Crawford, this was his first time being truly tested by someone who was a true master at what he does. And I think with him being put in the spot and getting dropped for the first time really in his professional career, he was really trying to figure it out. Crawford has been dropped already, whether he wants to admit it or not. So he's been in that position before. You feel me? So I feel like Errol was just really trying to figure it out. Everything he said Crawford was gonna do, he ended up doing it, like 78 said earlier. And I feel like Errol Spence, in some ways, I mean, it hurt me. Like I said before, it made me sick to watch Errol Spence go out like that. But Crawford showed that he just has more dimensions than Errol Spence at that given moment. Just like I feel like Wilder's multi-dimensional. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
You said
Everybody
Wilder's
talks.
multi-dimensional?
I think Wilder is multi-dimensional for what he's able to do in the ring with guys who are quote unquote better boxers than him. Luis King Khan Ortiz was outboxing the shit out of him for however many rounds, and Deontay Wilder was patient enough
Set it up with a 1-2.
to set it up with a 1-2 and win the whole fight. Because
So what happened when he fought Fury?
someone who isn't multi-dimensional is gonna get knocked out within that amount of time and within the amount of rounds that you got. But Deontay Wilder was smart enough to keep his head out of the way long enough to catch that 1-2 combination. So y'all need to stop talking about who's multi-dimensional and who's one-dimensional. These fighters know what they're doing out here. They making the money out here. They got the skills to pay the bills, and they prove it. So unless you've actually been in there in the ring, you can't. You're missing me with all this one-dimensional, multi-dimensional crap. That's all I gotta say.
Let's hear from Focus Ball.
Hey, salute, General. Appreciate you sending me that link. Appreciate you having me on. Yeah, man, this was a fantastic fight. Money well spent. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but I'm happy for Bud. I'm happy that he's a 2-time undisputed champion. I'm happy it's a brother. Bud raised his level, and Errol didn't. To be honest, when this first started, I was always a bigger fan of Bud's fighting style, because the way I fight is very similar to that. It's trying to hit and not get hit, whereas Errol has always been a seek and destroy kind of fighter. And to piggyback off what Pastor Student was saying, in the Mikey Garcia fight, we saw levels to Errol's game. We saw that he was able to box, but he prefers that seek and destroy style. What perplexed me was that Errol's punches weren't doing damage to Crawford. Crawford was walking through his punches essentially, and As a trainer, I want to know how Crawford was able to. I don't know. Look, maybe it's just me, but this is the biggest I've ever seen him. He was not this big in the fight versus Sean Porter. He looked like he packed on a lot more muscle. But what's interesting is that I looked at Bud. It didn't look like his heart rate was very high. He looked like he was very relaxed. He had a little bit of sweat on him, but not much on his body. It looked like his body temperature was cool, and he packed on significantly more muscle. He wasn't the smaller guy in this fight. He was the bigger man. I'm perplexed by this because this entire time, Bud was said to be the smaller man. And Bud fought at 135. So if Bud is the bigger man, which he was on fight night, he's the bigger man with the bigger reach. How was he able to make such a low weight this entire time?
Actually,
or did he just bring his body weight up?
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think that it's because because I was watching, I was paying very strict attention to Crawford's hooks relative to Spence's hooks, and I was feeling like Errol was coming in too wide with a lot of his hooks.
Way wider.
What do you think about since you actually fight? What do you think about the way that Errol Spence came in with his combinations and his punches?
I hate to say it, but I've been in that position before. It's where it was a little bit of desperation. He wanted to get a get back and establish himself as, no, I'm still a dog. But he started realizing that this guy punches harder than me. When he threw that overhand and it glanced him, I'm like, Errol put a lot of power behind that overhand because he was trying to send a message. He was trying to say, I'm in this fight too.
Yeah.
And when he missed, it was like we all kind of understood, like, Bud is able to take your power away. You know? I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, no, he was too wide. He was way too wide.
It did.
And telegraphing punches.
And that's emotion. That's fear.
Did y'all see? I think it was the second round or the first round, maybe. Before Errol got knocked down, Errol he backed Crawford up into the ropes, and Crawford threw a short right hook that missed, but it was so hard you could hear it. And right then, my heart jumped at that moment. When I seen that shit, I said, "Oh my fucking god!" Because I could feel the power through the screen. I said, "Man, if that shit hit EJ, it's a problem."
7-8,
that shit was fast as fuck, bro.
That's exactly my point. How did this man become the bigger? Even EJ himself said it. He's light in the ass. Even when we saw the face-off, this man, we have to give credit to his strength and conditioning coach because they did it like a science. Bro, I'm telling you, I go up and down in weight. I do it all the time. I'm 180 now. I'm coming from 200. Bro, when I went up in weight, I didn't have my same power, my same speed, my same everything.
Neither did I.
Did it.
When I
this man did it.
That's true.
Forget all, even without the power. I'm not saying his power and his size saved him, because he was definitely the better boxer, period, bar none. But
I think accuracy.
Really want to see
Crawford was just more versatile.
I think accuracy played a role in Crawford's success too, because Spence, he's known for his output. You know, his constant output, his constant aggression. But I feel like I think it was actually 78 or was it Black? Because I listened to both of them talk, and one of them said that Crawford came in like an assassin. Yeah. And you know that Crawford is looking for that shot. But what I love about what Crawford does, because in the past I thought I was before all the bullshit happened with Crawford being a hoe and all these all of these negotiations took place and it kind of killed his character for me. I was picking Crawford to be Spence mad years ago.
Yep.
And it was me and BFTV that was on there saying we think Crawford could win, and that's before Crawford started acting like a hoe. And then I was like, man, fuck all this shit. I'm not fucking with Crawford. I'm on Errol. I'm picking Errol Spence because he's carrying himself like a true warrior. But apart from that, what Crawford was doing, I feel like he was trying his best. Apart from being strong, he was trying to be accurate. He wasn't worrying about output. He wasn't worrying about who could throw the most combinations. He was worrying about every punch that I throw must land
And
in
was
a
lethal.
very effective way that
Yes.
will put me in a better position to
He was
win.
on some Bruce Lee philosophy shit.
He was
I
on
hate
some
to say
Bruce
it.
Lee philosophy, and if you pay attention, I don't know, a lot of people ain't mentioning it, but I was paying strict attention to his foot placement whenever he threw his stiff jab, whenever he threw whatever combination he threw. His feet was always at the right place at the right time relative to Spence.
All
Yeah.
right. Let me go
So,
to Drew Titan. You there, bro?
Yep.
What up, Drew, man? You was in the building, bro. How was the atmosphere? What'd you think of the fight?
Well, first and foremost, and salute to all of y'all. Salute to everybody. Salute to family, and salute to General. Salute
Salute,
to
brother.
everybody in the chat, haters included, because y'all ain't got shit else to do with your lives. I was very impressed with the whole weekend. Because you know how things are. You know, there was no fighting, there was no shootings. If the trolls were there, they did a good job by staying in their place. Y'all are totally beneath us. And y'all have been under my size 13. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, on to the festivities. Omaha was in there strong. Salute to them. And so was Texas. Now on to the fight. That shit I did not see that coming at all. I did not see that coming at all. You cannot front on Bud at all. The question's been answered. I want to salute to both those guys for getting it done. And what people, you see, some of you guys are out here, y'all just, y'all still in this internet argument mode. Get off of that, man. It's over. It's over. It's clear to me that those brothers sat down and got it done, and the powers that be didn't want it done. And they got it done. You heard your man Bud say it. Thank you, Errol. Why do you think he was thanking him? Because Errol gave up a lot to get this done. This was totally for the culture. Like I said, they should do it. For those of you that follow me or just stalk me, whatever it is, you heard me say these brothers need to get this done for the culture of boxing and the black culture. Because the industry did not think that two black fighters can get this done. They always seem to think that it has to be a Latin last name inserted in between this thing. That's why I'm really eager to see what the buys are gonna be, and all of that clever stuff. I'm not a numbers guy. I'll leave that to the people that focus on that. But this was a win-win. Now, Errol, look, man, if he partook in some recreational activities prior to the fight, that's on him, man. That's on him. That's on him. He should be professional enough not to do that. If it was, I saw what everybody was talking about, and I'm not gonna entertain it, man. I'm not gonna entertain it. But we know what we saw, and I said the same thing. There was cats in the stands with me that said the same thing. I'll just say that. But I said, well, you know what? Look, if he decided to do something, that's on him. He paid for it because there's no part of that fight that he won at all. Errol got his ass kicked, y'all. That's what happened. I picked Errol to win by round 6 stoppage. Hell no. Errol got his ass kicked. But listen, it's still man down this way. I'm not no jerk that's gonna jump ship just because a guy that I support took an L. And to all of you guys are just weird. To all you weirdos out here talking about the LDBTs taking L's, how's Bud winning an LDBT?
Who said that?
Yeah, some homosexual in the chat said that.
Yeah, they obsessed with us,
obsessed, man. What the fuck?
I see that all the time.
How is Bud winning a loss for us, man? Listen, these two brothers made money. They made history last night. How's that an L?
Right.
What the fuck y'all talking about? And salute to Drink More Water. That is not Bud. That is really he's a real person. I met him last night.
Drink more water. Click the link. Come on here and take your victory lap, homie.
Yo, man, come on, talk your shit.
Yeah, cuz get that. He get to
Can
get
I
his
say
off.
something real quick?
Like he stayed down with the crown. He got to get his off, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
hold on a second. Let me say this. Tactically, I don't know what Errol could do. I don't know what, because it wasn't close, man. It was a shutout. He pitched a shutout. There's nothing that I could see tactically that he could do. I did hear him say when he was asked, would you want a rematch? He did say yes. But he was also asked, would you prefer to be at 154? And he said yes. Now, I don't know what y'all want to do with that information, but that's what I heard him say. Now, is it going to make a difference stylistically? I don't see it. Now, do I think they need to run it back? Here's my take on that. If they like lining their bank accounts, fine. If Errol just wants to get that lick back, I'm with it. I'm still going to support him. Am I going to pick him to win that rematch? Probably not. Probably not. Because this was a bad style matchup for him. Errol was never the fastest person in the world, but his timing was really good. I think that layoff harmed him a little something. He's fresh now because he got a fresh ass whooping. So I really think that maybe he'll clean some stuff up, but can he beat Bud? I gotta say no. And we on here being honest, right? I don't think he can beat Bud. I don't think he can beat Bud at all.
I think he'll beat him.
But you know what? That's what makes it great, and that's why they're so selling it.
If he goes back to the lab and makes the adjustment, if Errol Spence go back to the lab and studies that tape religiously, goes back, maybe tweak a little things in his game, maybe focus on some other things. Maybe try to focus on, maybe having a better jab, not telegraphing. I think he'll beat. I think he could at least stand a chance against Crawford, but
you know what?
Not like that. Not fighting somebody that's versatile like Crawford.
You know what?
Go to snack.
Run it back so they can make some more history. But I don't know how. I don't know how he beats Errol. I mean, how he beats Bud. I don't know how. Run it back.
It's
to make some more history.
It happened before. There's plenty of good fighters that got beat.
This sport, nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible.
So,
but
Israel Adesanya beat
him
3 times.
What I just seen yesterday was I just seen somebody that was, who didn't get the pull. I don't want to say get the pull, but somebody who didn't have enough in the toolbox.
Listen,
I don't think Errol just, what I'm saying? Like I said, he was just used to winning one way. And I've seen Crawford. I've seen some of Crawford's fights, and I've seen when he had to make adjustments, had to switch it up. When he fought Gamboa, when he fought Mean Machine. I don't know his other name, but yeah, it showed that the guy know how to make adjustments. So you can't beat somebody who they know how to make adjustments.
I ain't seen not one adjustment last night. I didn't see one either from.
I didn't see one either from Errol. But I
didn't see that one adjustment
back. Let me get Jared Green up in here because he's been waiting. What's up, Jared Green? You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's going on, everybody?
Appreciate you, man.
Nothing. Just I'm over here licking my wounds, brother. I thought it was gonna be a closer fight, but like the OG Drew Titan said, Errol looked helpless up in that motherfucker, man. It seemed like anything he tried to do, Terence was like, I'm not having none of that. You can't fuck with me. But it's still man down over here. Still support Errol Spence, but I'm eating that crow right now.
Yeah, man, we gotta do it. My brother, young Abel, what's your thoughts on the fight, Abel? And if anybody is done talking, if y'all want to get off, because we got people trying to get in the background. It's giving me alerts, but they can't get in. It's be packed. But Abel, what's your thoughts, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brothers? How y'all doing today? Me and 7-8, along with the usual suspects, we were watching the fight last night, and I was looking at the fight, and I was saying to myself, my God, Crawford might be a little bit faster than Spence in this particular aspect. The fact that Crawford was able to time Errol Spence and his movements really was the key in the fight. And then when he was able to knock him down in the second round, I said to myself, oh my God, I think Crawford knows Spence's timing. And it just felt like Spence could not figure out how to deal with that. I think it was the first time that he's dealt with somebody who's probably twice as fast, probably more skilled than any of his other fighters he's ever faced against. Because the thing with Errol Spence here is that he's a boxer puncher type of a fighter that's looking to seek and destroy. And with Crawford, we've seen him in numerous times when he has been in trouble, make key adjustments to try to figure out what the opponent is doing. And throughout that fight, I did not see one adjustment at all by Errol Spence Jr. He was looking to try to, use his body attack and try to smother Terence Crawford. All Crawford did was move to the side, counter with that right hand, with left and right hooks every time. At 78, we were watching this together. I said to myself, bro, he is literally it wasn't just about the punches alone. It was the accuracy and the timing of the punches that really caught my attention.
It was he was in the Matrix mode, like Neo. He was
right.
He slowed the room down, and every time Earl did anything, Crawford was like looking at it in slow motion, like, nope, watch this, boom, boom. It was fucking
boom,
ridiculous.
boom, boom, boom. Like every time when hold on. Every time when Earl was trying to set up for a lead right hand or overhand right, Crawford was able to slip out of the way and then hit him with the counter left hook. All those punches really started to accumulate as the fight progressed. And I was talking to KG a little bit. I said, man, it's getting close to being a stoppage because there's no way Earl cannot stop the accuracy and the timing of those counter punches. And that's what led to the knockout. And for people that it's pretty much saying it would be different at 154, I don't think it would be much different because at the end of the day, because of the fact that Errol Spence has had trouble adjusting to the counters, I just don't see how it will be stylistically any different. If they want to make this rematch for money purposes, I'm cool with that, no problem. But if Earl's going to win a rematch with Bud, he's really going to have to really adjust to the timing of Crawford, because if he doesn't, I fear there's going to be the same outcome, but even worse. It reminded me a lot of, remember when Bernard Hopkins was facing against Felix Trinidad? It felt that kind of way a little bit more. But the fact of the matter was that Crawford was much more faster and had better timing.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
At that time.
Hey, wrenches. Anybody that's in the chat bringing up BFTB and all that stuff, block them. No exceptions. Block they bitch ass. BFTB got his own channel. BFTB was at the fight. What was your pussy ass at? In the comment section, waiting to troll some fucking body. Should have took your monkey ass out there to the fight if you want to see BFTB. Fuck up out of here, bro. BFTB.
Beat your ass. Yeah,
y'all some bitch ass niggas. We were out
Thank
there.
you.
We were out there.
Man.
Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Y'all don't fucking pay no money. Y'all don't pay to see no fights. We out there laughing and having a good time, enjoying the festivities. Black people getting along, Bud fans, Errol fans, not a fight in sight. And y'all in this chat like y'all always be. Y'all some faggots. That's on Jesus, because if you showed your face, we'd have knocked your face out the back of your fucking head, you fucking faggots. Y'all some bitch ass niggas.
This fight reminds me like Mayweather Gaddy.
Yeah, but let me say this though. Let me say this, and then I'm gonna go to Zone. I think I got everybody. Look,
thank you for letting me speak.
Yes, sir. You was done, though, Abel?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step up and let somebody else come in, because I don't want to take up the space.
I had a question for you though, but you go ahead.
Okay, appreciate you, Abel. Yeah, man. The thing is this, man. Look, let me read this super chat. Ant-Man in super chat with a 10-piece. Appreciate your support. He says, man down. Earl spoke out against the belts and ruling sanctioned elites. Earl was set up. His eyes and face told me instantly. Bro, I don't think that's the case at all, brother.
Come on, man. Can we not do the Illuminati karate, please?
No,
and
but
just
I'm gonna
enjoy
tell you
the fight for what it is. Damn.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I saw Errol face when he walked into the arena, and setup was not the first thing I thought of. First thing I thought of was, I hope he ain't been hanging with his boys in Vegas doing no stupid shit, because it looked like some dumb shit on his face. I have that look every morning, and you know how I get down. So I'm just
facts. I know,
you know what I'm saying?
Anywhere.
So I'm like, man, come on, EJ. I know you ain't been out here like this, G. You can't, bro. You can't.
Hang
Not
with
against,
Yellow
not
Baby
against
and
Bud.
Trap Boy Freddy and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anybody's name and shit.
No, but 78. I don't even think it was even just that. I just think I think he was fully ready. I think he came in there ready to go. My Earl Spence. He came in there ready to go.
Let me go to let me try and get this off the screen. Let me go to Zone. What's happening with the Zone? How you been, brother?
What's up, boy? 7 8, what's going on with you? Hey, man, I got a bologna sandwich over here with cheese for you.
Hey man, I'm coming to get that motherfucker too.
Yeah, what's up, my boy? Hey, shout out to the panel, man, and the whole crew on here, man. Salute to all y'all brothers. First,
Salute.
I will say I'm proud of them for coming together, making a blockbuster black event, and we did our thing as a crew. I paid for it. I'm always gonna support boxing, and I paid $84, and I was happy. I didn't feel no type of way about it. They can get it again if they like it. But saying that, you know me, man. I've been critical of Earl Spence Jr. for 5 to 6 years, maybe even longer. I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
on him.
I mean, you always said that Crawford was gonna beat him. You said that like 10 years, 5 years ago.
Exactly, and I think Thurman will beat him. But I don't want to start y'all up. I don't want to start y'all up about Thurman. I told people the problem with Earl Spence Jr. is y'all want to keep saying he's a boxer puncher. He is not, bro. That's where y'all killing yourself at. He is a slugger. He absorbs punishment, he give it out, and he walk you down. Just because he black, man, don't mean he can't be a slugger. Mexicans are not the only sluggers. So you're not going to be able to analyze the style truthfully if you've been going around here thinking for 10 years that Earl Spence Jr. is a fucking boxer puncher. He is not that. That's my opinion. That's what I see. Crawford,
Mikey Garcia fight.
if you say so, but they was going for the knockout in the Mikey Garcia fight, so that was a lie because even Derrick James, if you ordered the fight, he was saying, "Hey man, you can't knock this dude out." So that let me know that they was intending on knocking him out and not boxing to a decision, not trying to show that he had boxing skills. That was a cover up when you fuck up. Let's stop it. We know the game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm woke. I'm not that kind of guy. Okay, so
I mean, I don't know.
so let's go back to the lecture at hand. Crawford is one of these guys that don't fuck around, man. If you want me to believe, which I do, that this is the pound for pound best boxer in the world, there's no way I'm going to disrespect this guy and say that. Another guy who's a world class athlete who's drinking, bullshitting around, and basically playing, okay, the game of boxing is going to beat that guy. That's always what I stood on, just on principle. We ain't even got to the stylistic breakdown because I thought that Crawford was better than Spence on the outside, mid range, and on the inside because of the wrestling background and because of the strength. This guy's deadlifting 300, 400 pounds. It's all on the internet. This dude ain't playing. Terence ain't one of these guys that play around with your kids, bro. This nigga really be trying to hurt people. And I don't see how. I'm just surprised people didn't see this. I'm just surprised. But for me, it was an easy call. I had him knocking him out in 10. It happened a little bit earlier. I thought the towel, I said TKO or towel in 10, and that's what it looked like. It just happened in 9. So that's what I saw.
Okay, good stuff. Let me read the super chat. $1 trillion dream, salute to you in the super chat. Says I picked Bud to win by KO, but I never saw it being that one sided. Bud is on another level. No conspiracy needed. Bud and Jamel is fire. EJ versus Keith next. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Drink more water. What's up, bro? You there? I need you to hear you talk some shit, man. You never ran from the smoke. You stayed in the pocket. You held your boy down. He won.
Yeah, what up, 78? Yo, my
What's
voice is
up?
shot, bro. I was doing so much goddamn yelling at that fight, man. I had Danny Jacobs right behind me. He was yelling right with me with cheering for Bud. But shout out Drew, Tay Jones, and Kyle from the boxing session. We met up in the MGM Grand, man. Real good dudes. But
Mm.
as far as the fight go, man, I'm not. The only thing that surprised me is it wasn't no resistance, man. Because I was always saying that he's gonna make it look easy after 4 or 5 rounds. But from round one, man, when he stepped out there with that power jab, and I seen that he was timing EJ from the very beginning of the fight, I knew it was gonna be a short night, man. So I ain't gonna talk too much shit, but they said the heavy lifting and Bud ain't fought nobody. The way I seen it was
that PBC in-house career plan he had. I mean, they were just high-profile opponents. I ain't never thought that Danny was going to beat EJ. I never thought that Ugas had nothing for EJ. Of course, I ain't never thought that Mikey had anything for him, and I didn't think Sean had anything for him. So, and everybody was saying that he fought the tougher opponents, and that made him. I never believed. So I ain't surprised about it happening, man. The fight went how it was supposed to go, man. But shout out to EJ, man, because he went out on the shield. He went out on the shield, man. He was getting fucked up, man. He still wanted to continue fighting, man. So I can't take nothing away from him. But if they do a rematch, I don't think it's gonna go. It's gonna be round 10, bro. It's gonna go the exact same way. I think he's gonna be doing it for a payday. He can't get any more money fighting anybody else but Bud.
Yeah.
Listen, I will say real quick. That Errol, Bud did what he had to do with Spence, but I'm not gonna double back and say that Spence didn't do any heavy lifting. Like, he did fight the better opponents, in my opinion. He did fight the better opponents, in my opinion. But Spence was, but Bud was the best opponent. So I'm not gonna sit here and take anything back and say that Spence isn't a boxer puncher. I still think he a great boxer puncher. He has boxer puncher elements in his style. He showed that when he fought Peterson. He showed that when he fought Mikey. Everybody uses Mikey, but he showed it when he fought Peterson. He showed it when he fought Danny Garcia. He has boxer puncher elements to his game. And he's a great boxer in and of himself, in and of his ability to do what he has to do. I don't think Spence did any drugs, and I don't think Crawford cheated. I just think that two great boxers got in the ring, did their thing, and one was just better than the other. I wanted Spence to win, and he lost. He lost like a warrior. Bud took the crown. He earned the crown. He did what he had to do. He's a legend. In my opinion, he vastly surpassed Floyd Mayweather as a fucking welterweight. And Crawford will go down in history as a fucking legend. And we should just leave it at that in terms of no conspiracy, none of that shit.
Let me say this. We gotta change our lingo a little bit. Trolls coming in here and talking about we taking L's. I'm not gonna say I didn't get the outcome that I wanted. I'm saying I didn't get the outcome that I thought would happen. I have nothing against Bud. I'm celebrating both of these men, and they proved that there was a lot of things that were preventing this fight. And at the end of the day, although we looked at Bud and there was a lot of business things that we didn't understand and we didn't take kindly to, when they got it done, the gems were dropped. Errol talking about, I feel like I'm being played, and he's questioning the sanctioning bodies, the percentages and stuff. All of that stuff was there. And Bud at the end saying, yo, this doesn't happen without Errol, and he's shouting out Errol right there. They're handshaking. All of those pictures I put up, man. These brothers did this themselves. They stepped outside the box, and we got to celebrate that. This is not the time for you clowns to come on here talking, just trying to win a goddamn internet argument. Y'all guys are small thinkers, man. You guys are corny as hell, man.
Yeah, but let me drop this in now. Okay, so we all big boys too now. I'm with you on the respect part. There is a line. But we can't do this somber, sad thing that we're doing. Your boy got his ass destroyed. Okay, let me go and bust this loose a little bit. He got his ass beat like a motherfucker. Let's not try to just gloss over this shit. This is
over that.
No,
glossing over that.
Stop the cap right there. Hold on. Stop that right there. That was the first thing I said was I wasn't expecting him to get his ass beat like that.
This was a good performance from Terence Crawford.
Ain't nobody glossing over that shit.
Ain't nobody glossing over that. You know why? You know why you didn't gloss over it? Because it happened. We all saw it.
Listen, relax for a second. I'm not against you.
No, hold on, brother. That's the first thing I said, though.
Listen,
you can't come in here capping on niggas now, man.
Hold on, you guys are jumping off the porch too fast. I'm adding to it.
Adding to it.
Yeah, I'm not saying what you saying. I'm talking for me, Zone 6. I ain't asking no questions. I'm just saying, generally speaking, if that's you, that's you. If it's not you, and you humble and you cool and you like it and you feeling good and you proud because these brothers this. Now, what I'm talking about is him getting his ass molly the fuck wiped up off the floor. I want to get into that a little bit too, because there was a lot of, it might not be you, there was a lot of big tough talk about how strong and what Earl was, and he just wasn't none of that shit. So I ain't saying none of y'all got the answers. You don't gotta have it. If somebody else got the answers, I'm trying to figure out where the hell we went wrong, because I've been saying for a decade, Sidney already told you, I ain't never think Earl Spence was nothing. I think Sean Porter was a better fighter in performance for Bud than Earl Spence. He dog walked this dude. I mean, he really dog walked this dude. Even Kowalowski's thought your boy on his head that everybody used. Oh, he thought him. EJ gonna do this. EJ gonna do that. EJ got destroyed, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
But he can come back, though. He can definitely come back.
The obvious, champ. But listen, I'm gonna just say this.
EJ can definitely come back.
I just feel like what you're saying, like you're just repeating yourself and stating the obvious. We all own it up to Errol Spence.
We all did, bro.
The thing that you need to understand is this. The reason I'm not gonna go back and take back what I said. When I saw Spence getting his ass whooped, I felt a type of way. The same way when I saw Wilder getting his ass beat by Tyson when Tyson was losing, I felt this. When Tyson was cheating, I felt the same exact way. But the only reason why I still felt good was because it was two brothers out there doing something that I haven't seen true warriors do in years. Tyson Fury and Wilder wasn't some true warrior shit. It was Wilder versus the system. Bud and Spence was two legit warriors going at it. And I don't see that kind of spirit and toughness from any of these other clown ass dudes that's fighting right now. So when I saw Spence take the L, yeah, he got his ass whipped, but that's so what? So what? He's a grown ass man.
It ain't no so what, bro. Not to cut
hold on.
Hold on, let me finish. And I'm not gonna say no more. He did his fucking thing. He held his chin up like a man. So what if he got beat the fuck up? I'm gonna support Errol Spence. I'm gonna support what he stands for, because he's not like any of these other clown ass boxers. I don't care if he got beat.
He gave us what we want.
He won the culture with me. He won the culture. I don't give a shit if he got his ass beat.
Exactly.
I was gonna ask you. You think Wilder Fury 3? You think that was cheating in that fight?
I don't care. Listen, that question is cool. You could ask that question, but
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I don't even want to answer that shit. I want to talk about.
No, we're gonna stick to the DJ Bud.
Yeah.
Enough to tackle in this one here. Let me ask the panel a question though. This is what I want to say first and foremost. I don't want no kind of what is this? What is it? What's the right word? No interpretation that we not on here talking reality. Because the first thing everybody on here said is EJ got his ass whooped. Okay, so everybody know that. Not one person on this panel said, "Nah, man, I think EJ really won." No, nobody said no shit like that. EJ lost. So the next step is, why did he lose, and what can he do better, if at all, anything better, for the fucking rematch? So I'm gonna ask the panel.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I think what he.
Hold on. I'm gonna start with Drew, because Drew was talking. Drew, what if can EJ do anything differently in the rematch, even if it's at 154? What can he do, to better himself?
Stylistically, I don't see it. We're talking reality here now. If everyone wants to get that get back, just to say, yo, look, I did it. I got washed first time, and I'm going to be a man and run that back because that was our agreement. Then I'm cool with that if that's what he wants to do. But the question is, can he do anything different? No, I didn't see it. I really didn't see it. The man came in. When I see a six-pack on you, I'm assuming you in shape, man. And nonsense aside, stylistically, it was a nightmare for him. Bud did everything right. He imposed as well. He turned out to be the smaller guy, but the bigger guy, if you understand what I'm saying. What Errol needs to do to change, I was talking to Nonito last night. He said he should have doubled up on that jab. But, you got to wonder if he starts doubling up on the jab, who knows? Bud got something for that. Bud didn't have to go to a plan B because plan A was working just fine. Errol tried plan A, it didn't work, and I didn't see a plan B, C, D. I didn't see anything. So stylistically, I don't know. I'm not the pro. I don't know what Errol has to do different. If him and Derek James can sit down and formulate a plan and execute it, I'd like to see it. But right now, I can't see anything that he can do different. 154 or whatever. Who knows? Bud go up to 154 and fight him. Now, Errol said at the end of the fight, he said, "Yeah, I'd like to have the rematch at 154." Fine, go up. Maybe he'll have a little more energy. Maybe it'll take Bud 10 rounds to get him out of there instead of 9. I don't know. But right now, stylistically, I don't know. Maybe somebody on the panel know better than me. I don't know. I don't see it. I think just Bud is the kryptonite for Superman right now.
I
But
got some ideas.
salute to Bud, and salute to Errol for wanting to run it back. But it must be seen to belief. But I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Let me. OG Mr. Mott, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me go, Mr. Mott. What do you what can Errol Spence do differently, if anything, in the rematch?
I don't think there's anything he can do. I mean, you talking about the speed difference? It was insane. Bud's reflexes are way better than Earl's. I mean, I don't see anything. I mean, he might be able to get a little sharper, but that was all about reflexes, speed, power. I mean, Earl's punch resistance wasn't even there, but it's like Bud Crawford has the ability to generate so much power in either hand. So I just think that it's really nothing he can do. They can come up with all these game plans, but I thought it was a bad stylistic matchup for Bud, but I was wrong. It was a bad stylistic matchup for Errol Spence, and it always will be. There's nothing he'll be able to do to beat Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is just a better fighter. It's just that simple.
I got something to say, if I can. I think EJ can come back and win potentially if he goes back and studies the tape. I feel like this fight is no different from Leonard versus Duran. The first fight when Duran completely just beat up Leonard. Leonard came back stronger, sharper, moved around, boxed, made the proper adjustment to fight Duran. So if there is going to be any changes, I believe something in this, maybe bring in some other people. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, everybody's saying bring in Blu-ray. Who knows? That might have helped. I don't think it would have made a difference, but if that's what he feels like he could do, then do it. But I don't think Earl has fought anybody in his whole, I would say in his whole career that made him have to adjust. He's been fighting one way and it's been working for him. Like on the Danny Garcia fight, he fought, the typical way and he beat Danny Garcia. But this guy, talking about Terence Crawford, somebody who's really versatile, who can fight from the southpaw, orthodox. I mean, he can move, box, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Crawford has showed his versatility throughout time. You know what I mean? So if there is gonna be a chance for EJ, I think I like to see the fight at 154. I think the weight may possibly play a part for EJ, but if he's definitely going to take this rematch, he definitely need to make some adjustments and know how to be able to adapt on the fly because, like I said, you won't be able to beat somebody like that who can just adapt on the fly to what you're doing because he was getting touched up with that jab. And normally, EJ catches and shoots. He's a good catch and shoot type of fighter. I've seen him before. He did it with Kell Brook. Did it a little bit with Lamont and with Danny Garcia, but he had no catch and shoot for this fight. He wasn't catching and nothing. He was just it almost looked like he was just telegraphing his punches, winging in the air, and Crawford was just taking a step back, piecing him up with that jab. It's really the jab that really fucked him up, But if he is to make a comeback, he definitely got to tweak some things in strength, for real, in order to stand a chance with Terence Crawford, because you won't be able to beat a guy like that. Mm-hmm.
I ain't too much of a pessimist. I think there's always a chance for a fighter to step up and reclaim, what he lost. We've seen too many examples of that throughout boxing history. But to be more, stick to the subject. I mean, Errol, I just feel like he needs to tighten up his wide hooks. Throw shorter hooks on the inside because even when he was on the inside with Crawford, his shit was too wide, in my opinion. He was even going too wide with trying to dig for the body shots as well, and I felt like Crawford even bested him with the more sharper hooks to the body, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like um, Crawford just disrupted his momentum. His he disrupted Spence's rhythm with just his patient approach. And I feel like if Spence tries a different look against Crawford, it's not a foregone conclusion if he could actually pull something off. Do I think he's gonna win the rematch? If he tries to come in the same way he did with Crawford, or if he doesn't figure if he doesn't adapt to Crawford's methods, nah, I don't think he's gonna win. But that we gotta watch the rematch to see.
Yes, sir. Let me go to drink more water, man. What's can Earl Spence do anything differently in the rematch?
Nah, I don't think he could do anything differently to win the fight. You know, he could probably try to survive 12 rounds, but he just don't have the tools, man. He don't have the foot speed. When you say dude just was speaking, he said he throw wide hooks. Of course, he reaches too much. That's always been him, man. But he just had the perfect matchups to where he can make you look good. That's all. That's all it was for me. So, and Drew said that Bud never had to go to Plan B. He showed the entire tool bag. If you ask me, he showed Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. He was able to fight him on the inside. He was able to work behind his jab. One of the knockdowns when he walked him into the ropes, he just ran him into that uppercut and put him down, man. So he's just too versatile. There's nothing EJ can do to beat this man.
What you think walking down Ram? Anything EJ can do differently in the rematch?
Oh yeah, but we gonna save that when we speak
Oh,
with the OGs.
yeah,
You
yeah, that's
feel
right.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
could
that's
bring a
right.
he could bring a he could
Yeah,
bring a
that's right.
gun
I
to
gotta
the
get off
ring.
here. I got another show coming tonight. Let me go to Zone. Is there anything Earl Spence can improve on, do differently in the rematch?
Yeah, I think he can, man. I think first he just gotta identify what it is that he is and what he does well, right? And I just think he need to fight some people um that have some athleticism and they got some crack. Like to me, I always was critical of Earl Spence because he just ain't fought nobody who designed to knock your block off. Like he just to me he just hadn't fought anybody with that snapping power a good punch selection. Most of the guys he fought were designed to be destroyed in the inside. Your Chris Algieri's, your Van Hertens, your Lartes. Like those guys aren't just world beaters, even though he did pick it up toward the back end of the career, right? But those fighters were good fighters, but they didn't prepare you, in my opinion, for Bud Crawford, an athletic switch hitter with power punching ability. I think something like a Boots fight and maybe a Thurman fight, that would probably give me a better gauge on what he would do in a rematch, but not an immediate rematch, just a little bit longer, like a year out. Um, Crawford will be a little bit older. They'll probably be at 154 together. If you can get Keith Thurman and Boots at 154, so I can just kind of see how you react to those fast twitch muscles. Your speed is not that good. If I can see him do some good things against those two or get a victory over those two type of fighters, then I'll feel a little bit more confident. But as of right now, I think if they fight at 154 dry and he goes up there to 154, I think he gets stops in 4. I think Terence Crawford ain't the type of guy that you can't let him know that he can move you around, beat you on all levels, and he gonna come in there and misstep the second time. He gonna really drag him the second time if he go in there dry without no warm up or no tune up fights. But that's just what I see.
Okay,
And not to
okay.
mention, EJ might have some rattle confidence, man. I think it's just gonna be a money play. To be honest, man, he can't beat him, man. I say he just got beaten so many different ways, bro. He walked him down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he worked behind the jab, man.
yeah.
He just ran him in all types of counters, man. There's nothing he can do.
But if he fights some similar opponents, like of course none of them are going to be Bud. Bud is an all-time great at this point in time. We already know that. That boy cold. But if he can give me a boot and I can see how he move around that movement and see what he does. If he can give me a Thurman, bust him up or whatever, most people think he can beat Thurman.
I would say Thurman more so than Boots because Boots got a little
Yeah.
bit more fluidity.
Boot. Yeah, look,
I
you
need to
don't
I
want
would
to see
see.
say
Boots
Thurman.
after that, bro. You don't
I
want to
need
see
to see
Boots after
both.
that.
I
I
need to
would
see
say Thurman
both.
more so because I don't know that might be a little tricky for Earl because I don't think Earl fought nobody as quick as
Yeah.
Boots. Even though Boots is still a I don't know. I'm not
Crawford faster than Boots, bro.
You
Yes,
think
yeah,
so?
exactly. Yeah, he faster than the only person that I
I would
think that
say he got better timing than Boots, but I
now
don't know about
no,
that.
the only person that can match him in speed, bro. Let's quit, knock it off. If it ain't Pacquiao or Thurman, then them two, like, come on,
You
like
said the
yes,
only person that can match who in speed,
Thurman, nah,
Crawford.
you need to get Thurman out of here,
And
bro.
Crawford's reflexes is better than Boots.
yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying. I'm saying we know Spence. Okay, we know Crawford untouchable. We know he A-level. We not, but to get close, the two closest person with hand speed and athleticism is gonna be Boots and Thurman. If he don't fight them and show me something, for me with them two fighters, then I ain't no way he beats Crawford. I have to. Shemne asked, what could he do? Go back to the drawing board and fight those two guys, and come back and see him 18 months later. That's
I
what I
feel,
suggest.
I feel like a
I
fight
don't.
between Boots and Crawford. I think it would be another Danny Garcia versus. It would be a version of Danny Garcia versus Amir Khan, and I think Crawford would end up knocking out Boots because I don't think Crawford is just as fast as Boots or faster than Boots. I think his timing is masterful, and him mastering timing would outdo Boots' speed, and he would eventually knock Boots out. That's
I
how
don't
I
think
see
he'll
that.
knock Boots out, but I think he'll just. I think
It'd be
he'll
white.
probably go
It'd
with a
be a white
decision.
flag. It's gonna be a white flag, man.
He'll
I
go to a
I agree with
decision.
what he's
Boots.
saying.
I'm not even listen. I'm not even big on Boots like that either. But Boots is pretty good. Like I've seen some of his fights and stuff like
Oh,
that. He's
here we
pretty
go.
good and all that. But I
Oh,
don't
for
think.
sure, for sure. I agree. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think. But I don't think he's gonna get whitewashed by Crawford. I say that he's a lot faster, more. I guess his reflex. I feel like his reflex is a little bit better than Crawford, but I just feel like Crawford's a little bit more versatile than him. Been in the trenches a little bit more, and his time Crawford's timing is just a little bit better. You
Nah,
know,
I think
Boost is still unproven.
Yeah,
Crawford mastered
Boots
his
still got loads the way to go. He's
Crawford
still
mastered
unproven.
his reflexes, I think, and that's why his timing is impeccable. You need to master your reflexes in order to have impeccable timing, and I think that that's the only one up that Crawford is going to have against Boots if they would ever fight.
I just see the hand speed be a little too much for Crawford. Feel like it gonna be like a Mayweather, maybe Mayweather Judah a little bit, but then
And
you know.
Bud knows how to generate power without loading up on shots.
That's
exactly.
that's a fact.
That's amazing to me, man. That's one
That's a
of the
fact.
things that
I
stood
mean,
out to me. He doesn't even have to load up on a shot, and he just generates so much power. He turns his punches at the perfect time, right there when it's about to land. He'll turn that punch over, and
well, I
I
mean,
mean,
Crawford got a little bit more fundamental than these fighters nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
That's
think
not what I heard before the fight. That's not what I heard before the fight. He
well, I
said he
mean,
didn't have
yeah,
no
you know, I
fundamentals.
mean, you don't have to. I mean, yeah, but hey,
Yeah, we need to
it's
talk
early
about it
now.
because if
It's
it was
early
the other
now.
way around, if it was the other
He
way
proved it
around, y'all want
tonight,
to talk
though.
about all
He
that
proved it
shit.
yesterday.
He right. I agree. I
He
thought
proved it
that.
yesterday.
Yeah, he right.
So it's like he has better fundamentals. He had way better fundamentals as Earl. Brought his hands back, moved, step back when he needed to, turned them, tied them up when he needed to. No, made Earl smother his punches on the inside. So it's like, you
and
can't really argue that.
let's not forget, there ain't nobody talking about Bud Crawford's defense. Man was on a thousand.
Absolutely.
He kept that was it the right hand up there
Yeah,
up under that chin the whole time. Every time Earl got in, he had that hand up, and
wait. I
Earl
got a
couldn't
question.
have
So
anything.
where do you guys put Crawford? You guys put him over Mayweather?
Yeah, I would. I would.
At 40, at
I do
47,
at
at
welterweight for
47,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
At welterweight,
I don't know. I
without a
think the
doubt.
body of resume is too. I mean, it's just different. Mayweather just that body of work he got compared to Crawford is like.
Crawford
Don't get me wrong,
accomplished
Crawford is
more.
good, but I
Crawford
wouldn't put him over Mayweather.
Crawford accomplished more than Mayweather at welterweight. That's without a shadow of a doubt. You
Yeah.
can't take away shit from Crawford and bring up Floyd into the equation. Crawford is the only two-time undisputed champion. And
True.
Floyd has never done that. Floyd has beaten great opposition, legendary opposition, but Crawford has done
5 division world champion. Then.
Say again.
5 division world
Yeah,
champion.
we talking about welterweight.
Yeah,
We're
we talking
talking
about
about
Oh,
welterweight.
welterweight. Oh, okay,
Yes, we're talking
welterweight.
about welterweight.
Well, I mean, well, if you guys say that, well, then I guess yeah, he possibly, but I don't know. But this, I'm talking about skill wise. I'll give it to Mayweather. Mayweather all day.
Offensively,
Crawford got to
Mayweather
win
can't touch.
11 more because Floyd's still 50-0. Like, we can't not leave that out the equation, bro. Like,
Exactly.
let's
Come
keep
on.
it a buck. The numbers do
Exactly.
mean
I'm
something.
gonna leave
And
If
y'all
he
to
could
the
fight
Brian,
feelings of
11
Mayweather.
bums in a row and I give it to
his
him.
resume.
I personally
Floyd
think
Mayweather's
it's
resume.
kind of dumb to compare the two at this moment. I don't know. I don't mind doing fantasy matchups, but I think it's a pointless thing to do. I think we just got to celebrate that Crawford
Butter beat the motherfucking brakes off Floyd, though, right
No, he won't.
now.
No, he
So,
won't.
yeah,
But you
match
talking about
up.
right
No,
now?
even in the prime, I don't think he can
Nah,
fuck
hell
with
no,
Bud.
hell no.
Yeah, I think Crawford would
Too
give
much of a. That's too much of a.
definitely
That's
in
too
his
much of a
prime, but
technician. We talk about a technician on top of on another dimension. Floyd is. I mean, come on. You can name Floyd at any weight. 135, 140, 147. I mean, the guy was just
I think
50 and 0.
I think Floyd would beat Crawford in the smaller weights, but at 147, Crawford would give Floyd some fucking work.
That's
I
how I
agree.
feel.
Possibly, but I still think Floyd would beat him though.
I agree with
Pretty
that.
Just out the
Pretty
racetrack.
boy would have whooped Crawford at
Yeah,
35.
yeah.
He would have whooped his ass. But at
135,
47, he ain't got no
135.
form.
Yeah,
Listen,
135. I
I'm gonna
agree.
say you said Crawford at 135. You said
No, I
Floyd.
got Floyd at 135. I
Yeah,
think
Floyd
Floyd
at
135.
35.
Hell,
137.
I don't even think. Listen, I don't even really think Bud could really like hang in there with a Diego Corrales.
Nah,
You tripping.
man.
You
What?
tripping, bro.
Nah, you tripping.
And I love Diego, man. That's
Not on
Floyd's best
33
win to me.
Man, come on,
That's
bro.
Floyd's best
Diego,
win to me, but he
at
would have beat the shit out of
135.
This
Diego.
nigga
come on,
smoking
bro.
that.
Diego
Yeah, now,
Corrales.
boy.
Diego Corrales had no chin on him, bro. And I like Diego, but come
I
on,
mean,
man.
Diego was knocking motherfuckers out
Man, you
left and
He
right
tripping.
didn't have
until
no
he faced
chin,
Yeah,
bro.
Mayweather.
until
Nah,
he
come on.
ran into Floyd, Until he ran
Come
into
on.
Floyd. And
He
Floyd
didn't have
made
no
that
chin,
shit.
though.
Floyd made that shit look worse, damn near worse than what Bud made it look the last night, bro. When he fought Diego Corrales.
Man,
He
and
beat
what you
the
see,
shit
and
out
that's
of
what I'm
Diego
saying.
Corrales.
If you was there around that time, when
Yeah.
when Floyd whooped Diego Corrales, bro, that shit was a shockwave through boxing because it wasn't that people knew Floyd could fight. They knew he was a beast. But to
Right.
beat Diego the way he beat him, though,
Yeah.
was like it's like how we talking now about the EJ shit. It's
Right.
like,
Yep.
what the fuck, bro? What the fuck is this? Like, and if you're looking for a reason, trying to make it make sense, but like, because we know Diego Corrales was a beast.
Yep.
But what Floyd did to him, separated him, and put him on a different level. So now, let me answer the question I asked y'all about Errol, what he can do differently.
You ain't asked me, General.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. My bad about that.
It's all good. I'm sitting here with notes and shit. Let me see.
We got notes.
Hey, I thought this one out. I'm like, let me get my
Hey, I do too, though. But that's why I'm saving them for later.
Yeah, some of it I'm kidding about, but yeah. So think about this. Crawford was bigger, he was stronger, and even without that, he was technically the superior boxer with better reflex. So if Errol wants to win a rematch, he must get bigger, stronger, and improve his technique. It is possible to get bigger, stronger, and faster at the same time because we saw Terence Crawford do that. And I keep stressing the point that before this, he was seen as the smaller man. And now you guys have been saying that he shouldn't take a rematch because he got beat up so bad and whatnot. But Israel Adesanya just beat a guy who beat him up 3 times. He got knocked out by this guy 3 times and he fought him a 4th time and won. So anything is possible. AJ starts with a belief in the self first. Now, what did Terence Crawford do to get bigger, stronger, and faster? Well, he sought out a good strength and conditioning program. To the best of my understanding, he started working with Snack about a year ago. And I hypothesize that the reason negotiation took so long is because Terence Crawford was trying to get acclimated. He was trying to get stronger. He was trying to draw it out and use that Avanesian fight as a test. But that's just my belief. Now, maybe Errol can consider going to something like Snack. I don't know if there's anything else around like that where someone knows There's supplements and can guide you to keep you away from stuff that's illegal and things like that, but help get you to the peak of your size and power. And somehow Terence Crawford must have a great dietitian, because his team must be excellent, because he got bigger than Errol Spence and made the weight. How? When Errol was normally bigger than him and struggled to make the weight. So clearly there's something that needs to be changed in the camp as far as like strength and conditioning and dietary guidance in cutting weight, right? Where he can maintain his weight. So improving his strength and conditioning, supplementation, possibly seeking out a snack-like program, perhaps go wrestle, because that'll help him in the clinch. I heard someone suggest that, and I think that'll be a very good idea. Especially if he's an inside fighter and he's dealing with somebody like Bud who can move him around on the inside because of that wrestling. The wrestling would teach him the angles and the leverage, not so much the actual art of wrestling, but the feeling of how to move. Now, on a technical point of view, Errol likes to work the body a lot. And the first thing he got hit with was when he dropped to the body with a straight punch. He got hit with a straight left when he went to the body for a jab. The perfect defense for that would have been a cross-arm defense. He could definitely stand to adopt the cross-arm defense, especially because his lead hand lags a lot. Mayweather uses the cross-arm and the shoulder, and Crawford did that beautifully that night. That's something he would have to work on as well, because it would serve him. In a rematch, he would certainly have to learn how to fight off the back foot if he can't already, because when he got dropped and I saw the power differential, I immediately realized that he needs to go into like a point fighting system, like a karate system, touch and get out, and run down the clock. And then he can win on points, right? Similar to what AJ Ruiz too. And every time he works the body, he's in close to be hit. When you're working the body, your face is always open. And Bud knew that. So he just timed him and hit him with some beautiful short hooks. And that set everything up. Now, for my last strategy. And this is if my man, they say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? You could do what I call the Canelo Fury plan. Stack your wraps, beat your gloves in, take some clenbuterol, which is legal, by the way. Spike the nigga water and bribe the judges.
Man, wow. Man, wow. I think what EJ, what he can do definitely. I think first the fight should be at 154 if he want to have any chance. At 147, it's not gonna happen. If Bud says no, I won, I'm standing on it. You gotta be at 147. Then I don't see is anything different that EJ can do to have a better chance. 154, I think he'll be healthier mentally. He'll have a psychologically that'll help him, because he can tell himself, okay, I'm healthier now. I'm not drained and this and that. Okay, that's better. He also has to get used to being hunted, because Earl is a hunter and he used to people running from him in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And they run from him because he come through with so much pressure and relentless aggression, and he just wear dudes out. They be so tired, but he not used to somebody like he not used to running into a brick wall. The last time that happened is with Kell Brook. He ran into a brick wall with Kell Brook, but he was able to eventually wear down Kell Brook with that pressure, and hurt Kell Brook. But them over. That's why I kept on them looping overhand lefts, straight left hands, those looping ones. He was trying to catch Bud with those, because that's what he was catching with Kell Brook with. But Bud is better than Kell Brook. He's stronger than, even though he looks smaller than them guys, he's stronger than them niggas, man. And I think that fucked with EJ mentally. I think he was shocked at seeing how strong Terence Crawford was. I saw in what round was it? One of the rounds, man, it was scary as fuck. Like Earl was his back was against the ropes, and he had all the momentum from the ropes. And he used that momentum, and he came forward. He ran up on Bud. So I'm thinking, he finna bulldoze Bud. Bud's feet never moved, bro. And he took one hand and pushed EJ off of him, and EJ went 4 feet backwards. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? This is ridiculous, bro.
That's that wrestling strength, man.
Yeah, I said, man, this is fucking
snacks.
That had to fuck with EJ mentally.
That
bro.
too.
That shit had to fuck with him mentally, bro. Because he's not used to that. You know, that's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? You motherfucker get shocked sometime. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this is crazy. So he was trying to figure all that shit out because his whole game plan was to be himself. And he was obsessed. Once he got knocked down, I think he shut off Derrick James' instructions. Derrick James was telling him, look, man, step around him, stop staying in the line of fire, get in and get out. Right? Turn like once you get your shit off, give him some angles. Don't stand right there and wait for him.
Yup, you definitely right.
Yeah, he said all you're doing is waiting for him to hit you when you stand there.
That's
you
right.
can't be in front of him.
Derrick was saying the right thing.
But how can you tell him to do that when he's never had to do that before?
But look, listen, EJ is not used to being told don't stand in front of him.
Yeah,
because he's always the stronger guy.
That's true.
So in his mind, what the fuck you mean don't stand in front of him? Remember Apollo Creed said, "What you mean this man dangerous? I'm dangerous."
Dangerous, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. So when EJ go back home and he look at the fight and once he calmed down, because I've been there before where he had, you know what I'm saying? When he calmed down and be like, you know what? Okay, yeah, okay, I see what it is. I gotta go back to the drawing board. This motherfucker is that good, and to beat him, I gotta be a fucking we gotta do some mad scientist shit over here. We gotta figure out this and that. He has to prepare for Terence Crawford as if Terence Crawford is better than him.
78. What you think about how Crawford handled distance control against Errol Spence? Because
Terence Crawford has a longer reach than Errol Spence, which nobody talking about.
Right.
Terence Crawford has a longer jab and is stronger. You know what I'm saying? EJ's jab is a great jab, but EJ uses his jab just to back you up and get you in the position he wants you in, and he can throw his combinations off of his jab. He try to blind you with the jab, and he come off with the combinations. But Crawford, the jab they prepared for, this shit was unbelievable. This motherfucker put some serious stank on that jab, man. Just boom, 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 like boom, and that shit shocked EJ. How hard he was intentionally throwing that jab hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was one of the most beautiful jabs I ever seen in my life. What Crawford was throwing. Like, and sometimes we want other fighters like, man, I wish this motherfucker throw a jab like that. I wish this motherfucker throw a jab like that. But you know, oftentimes people throw pity pad jabs just as range finders, but they not understanding that a fucking jab, you can hurt a motherfucker with a jab. You use it the right way. So I don't know, man. I think EJ just gotta go in here and prepare as if Terence Crawford is better than him. He gotta say, okay, this guy's better than me. He's the champ. Now I gotta beat him. And he gotta prepare that way. Because a lot of stuff that happened last night, he has never been told before because he never been through that. He never been told, don't stand in front of him. Give him angles. Don't stand right there. He hurt you because you stand in front of him. That shit fucking with your ego. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, what the fuck? Nah, man, hell no, man. I'm the bully around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I think that's the problem, man. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Did y'all hear what Sean Porter said, man, about the boy's strength? And it's kind of new. Sean Porter said, you know, he didn't never watch the fight back. He don't watch his fights. That's what he was saying. He said, man, I was in there with Bud, right? He said, this is how strong this guy is. And I just realized it. He said, me and him was fighting, and we locked up in the clinch. And he said he picked me up and spit me. He said my feet was off the ground. He said I had never looked at the footage before. He said, but I went back and looked at that footage from that particular moment because I wanted to just look at it. He said, I didn't realize when he spit me around, he said the bell had just rung. And I turned my back going to my corner, and I saw Bud out the corner of my eye saying something. He said during the fight, but he said when I looked at the video, he seen Bud behind him pointing to him saying he too small. And Porter had never known that Bud was saying that. Man, Bud is a strong, I don't know why, and I don't know if it's the look because he's slim or what it is.
That skinny nigga straight.
Man, that man is strong as fuck, man. Like he deadlifting on the internet, man. Like it's evidence of his strength already out there. So I just never understood
why people didn't take that up.
I understood it. Go ahead.
People were disrespecting that fact. That's true.
I don't know if y'all ever.
Wilder and Crawford are of the same cloth when it comes to strength. That
Country
lean,
strength.
natural strength.
That's that farm boy country strength.
No, I think Wilder more is power. I think Wilder's more is power as opposed to strength. I think Crawford has both. Like, I couldn't see, like, pound for pound, I couldn't see Wilder getting up under that. I could be wrong, but I don't see him yakking up no 4-5 like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, can he? Is he 6'7"? He's 6'7". I don't know if he put up them wheels like that.
Real quick about that. Think about what that really means. 405 is about 403. It's 300 to 400% of that man's body weight.
Exactly.
That's
315
crazy.
Ain't too many people. It's a small percentage of people in the world. Man, 7 days you talk about hitting his iron all the time. Man, it ain't that many guys who can lift 315. That's
I don't know. You ever wrestled before, bro? Me and my brother formed wrestlers, and we did the same thing. We were naturally strong before we were weight room strong.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was 150. I was 152 back when it was 152 and 160, 168, 172. Yeah, so
you should know.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's why when you see him with the head control, another thing that people ain't talking about what happened with Bud is Bud was controlling EJ's head like a motherfucker. Like, he kept, like that wrestling, he was pushing his head down and kind of just controlling him with one hand. Like, Errol Spence kept bending down and Crawford would push him and regain control of him. That was crazy too.
Hey, my brother Southside, what's up, man?
What's good, 7-8? What's good to the panel? How y'all doing?
Man, I know
What's
you
up, Southside?
Shout out to Southside. He been a Bud fan for years. Just like Drink More Water, but Southside, go ahead and take your victory lap, homie.
Hey, check this out. I had an epiphany after watching the fight, reviewing it, of why EJ lost that fight. Why everybody's wondering, damn, it's like EJ didn't have a game plan. Like, what's going on? I blame each and every Errol Spence fan the reason he lost this fight. And the reason I say that is because, 7-8, you don't realize it, but you alluded to it. You always allude to, and we always notice how EJ ear is always to the YouTube street.
Don't say it, man. Don't say it, Southside.
Word.
EJ started to eat the cake and drink the tea of what everybody was saying, which is why I explained to people the reason why I left YouTube and didn't want to talk boxing no more, because the conversation got too goofy. It wasn't about boxing no more. It wasn't about skill. It was about money. It was about ticket sales. It was about size of the street. It was about resumes. And I didn't give a damn about none of that because I know what I see in that ring. How could anyone have followed Bud's career with everyone he's fought? Okay, y'all say not y'all, I'm not saying y'all, I'm only saying they say, oh, he ain't fought nobody. But that doesn't take away of what you see when you're looking at the sweet science of boxing and knowing skill and knowing talent when you see it. If you still realize this dude is strong, he can box, he can punch, and he got a bag. Roy Jones Jr. on the come up. In the midst, when you get that come up, when you fighting guys that are not that good. But you still knew Roy Jones Jr. was a bad motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still knew he was a bad motherfucker. So EJ got to eating the cake, sipping the tea. He's too small. He ain't fought nobody.
That's true.
He's lighting the ass. EJ really started to believe that.
I don't know, champ, because you got to.
No, wait, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. Because you can't say that I'm lying, because what fight did EJ watching from Terence Crawford to think?
I'm not saying you lying, champ.
Listen, let me finish, though.
Yeah, let me hear
my point. EJ, there is no way in the hell he watched none of these fights that Bud had been in and thought he was going to come in here and break this boy. all of a sudden, everybody is so shocked at how powerful and Crawford is. Didn't y'all see how he knocked Kell Brook all the way across the goddamn ring with that same jab? Was y'all watching?
Yeah.
Did
But
y'all
it was
see
the
that?
Ugas fight. It was the Ugas fight, man. They drunk
Did
that
y'all
Ugas
see that?
Kool-Aid and thought that Bud was gonna stand in front of that man and go
You
toe to
feel what I'm
toe.
saying?
Listen,
The
I
power.
get what you're trying to say, but the thing is
Let
this.
me
Yeah,
finish. Y'all been
let
on.
me get
Let
off.
me
Let me get off.
finish.
Yeah,
I
let
get
Let me finish. Y'all been on. Let me finish. He started sipping that Kool-Aid and he came in here with no game plan because in his mind, he had it programmed in him, just like majority of everybody that picked Earl to win this fight, that he was finna come in here and roll over the dude because it wasn't about boxing anymore. It was about listening to what people said and he ate it up. He ate it up because there's no way Earl, if he watched any of Crawford fights and looked at his fight and just said, you know what? I'm just gonna steamroll the dude. I'm just gonna run through the dude. Rightfully so, maybe he did feel that way. Because if I was in a bad car accident and I come back with no tune-ups, walk through Danny Garcia, pull out the Manny Pacquiao fight, go on another hiatus with a detached retina, and then come walk through Ugas, but at the same time, how did you watch any of Crawford's fights and think that he was going to be anything like them dudes? How? It's impossible. So when plan A was out the way, did he realize when he dropped his ass in that second round, he gave him something he can feel? Like I told them boys, when everybody was talking about depression, I said, okay, don't worry about it. He gonna get that boy something he can feel, and it's gonna be down here from there. He realized at that moment, oh shit, it's real. This motherfucker really strong. He really can punch, and he really is fast. He realized that in that moment, and the more and more he got hit, the more and more his will was broken. Yeah, he stood up there on two toes. He tried to weather the storm, but EJ was a beat fighter, man. He was a beat fighter. He was a beat fighter. But everybody was telling me I was crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bud ain't this. Bud ain't that. But I'm like, are y'all watching boxing? What are we talking about here? Are we watching boxing? People told me years ago when we used to be on the panels. I told them Jerry Harris gonna stop Austin Trout. They said I was crazy. I said he's gonna be first one to stop Austin Trout. I'm crazy. I told him Mikey Garcia was gonna rip out Robert Easter. I was crazy. I know what I'm looking at. And I didn't think it was gonna be that easy per se, but I figured at some point Bud was gonna take off in the fight because I always felt the longer the fight goes, the more it's gonna benefit Bud. But I'm just like, why is everybody so shocked? Everybody sounds so, oh, I can't believe he. So that tell me y'all niggas ain't been watching boxing. Cause if you watching boxing, there is nothing that Bud did last night that should surprise you other than how just easy he made it look.
Yep, from the start. But
Nah,
you
that
know what
But
I'm
shit
saying?
surprised me.
nothing should be surprising anybody. It's just that y'all got caught
I
up in
was
the hype
surprised.
talking on this internet, and not talking boxing. You got caught up and you got punched in the mouth last night. And I love it. I daggone love it.
Hey,
Oh,
Southside, let me ask you something, homie. Let me ask you something, homeboy.
Uh-huh.
This is OG Mr. Munt.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this now. You do understand that we are, and I'm just putting this out here. I get everything that you saying, but I don't think like you. Drink more water, don't think like you. Zone, passive, none of these guys think like you. We all think different. So you can't, and when it comes to a fighter, they see things extremely different than the way we see them. So you say you don't understand what everybody's looking at. Everybody has a different interpretation, of how that fight was gonna go. I was dead wrong about how that fight was gonna go, and I'd be the first to admit it. I thought it was a bad stylistic matchup for Bud, but it would end up being a bad stylistic matchup for EJ. Now, in this world that we live in today, don't nobody think the same. Yeah, you got like-minded people on here, but if you can't understand why what people
All right, but
see
what's
on.
the question though, Mr. Monk? What's the question? What's the question you
No,
got?
I'm just asking you what would make you think that everybody's gonna think the same way you do about what they saw or what they see in a fight.
I'm not
Come
saying
on, OG.
everybody else should think like me. I'm just saying that people didn't give Bud any credit whatsoever with anything that he's good at.
But
It
that's
was
not
just
true. That's not true,
yes it no,
Southside.
yes it
That
is.
is true.
Yes
Let
it
me, let
That
me
is.
is
say this.
I've
Let me
true.
been
say this.
here.
Drink.
I've been here,
Let me
Mr.
say
Monk.
this.
Mr. Monk, I've been
I'll
here.
tell you all
Listen,
this.
Y'all wasn't
Hey,
here.
come on, y'all.
Y'all
Let's
Come on, y'all.
listen.
Come on, y'all.
come on,
Come
y'all
on.
can message. Let's go ahead, Mr. Mott, and then I'm gonna go to individuals. Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah.
Mott.
okay, when we be in these chats and you looking in the chat, you have all different types of opinions on in there, and the majority of the chat might be going one way, but somebody will pick 4 or 5 people out of that chat and swear to God that's the way everybody is thinking. That's bullshit, man. I'm one of them people that don't really engage in the chat a whole lot. I just sit there and watch it. And then the first thing you hear somebody say, man, everybody's saying this, everybody's saying that, and that's bullshit. Everybody not saying that, bro. You could go to another channel. You can go to another channel, and they would be saying the exact opposite in EJ's favor than what we saying over here. So you can't say that everybody's saying that shit, bro. That's just the way people interpret it. They pick 1 or 2 people out of the chat and they say, "Oh man, look what everybody's saying." No, that's not true, bro. I sit back and watch that shit all the time. Me personally, I stay out of the politics. I stick to the breakdown of the fights. I never ever speak on the money or none of that bullshit, man. Because I sit and watch the chat and see how people manipulate the chat. They'll look in the chat and they'll see 2 or 3 people saying something that's fucked up, and they'll take that and make that the narrative. That's not how it always is. You got people that they're saying all type of shit in these chats, man. But not everybody wasn't saying that shit about Bud, man. You got tons of people who rock with Bud. You got tons of people who rock with him, but don't feel like the way he moves. That's just what you're gonna get, man, when you dealing with boxing or any other type of sport, especially an individual sport like boxing. They're gonna lay all the onus on one person. But to say that everybody felt that way or everybody was saying that, that's just not true, bro. Even motherfuckers who fuck with EJ hard would fuck with Bud. I never disliked Bud because I never personalized boxing like that. I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan, but I never fix my mouth to say nothing bad about Bud Crawford. He's just one of them motherfuckers that I can watch fight 24/7. And that's all I'm saying, Southside.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't saying that shit, but it's easy to say that everybody's saying
Well,
that
you
shit.
know why Mr. Mott, excuse me, let me say this. I think that the reason why it seems like it's everybody, all that, because I hate when people do that too, is because the person you want to listen to you ain't listening to you. They talking shit on their channel or whatever, and then you got a couple people agree with them, then you're like, man, everybody's saying this shit. And then see, let me tell you something. The reason why this fight don't affect me the way like the Wilder Fury fight affected me is because, like I said earlier, this fight is void of the racial dynamic. I don't have to hear all this dumb nigger shit and oh yeah, black ass got it whooped. I don't have to hear that shit, so I can peacefully watch this fucking fight and make the best brother win.
Facts.
Now, when shit got too heated with the Bud shit, now I warned everybody. I was the first motherfucker on here warning people. Still got the videos up from years ago. I called it Spence Crawford Civil War. And I warned y'all of the civil war that's to come. Niggas gonna turn on each other. You're gonna start acting wild, acting a fool. I said, man, don't do it. This is have this fight be a good fight. Let's not, because like to Southside point, you cannot watch Terence Crawford fights and think this is gonna be some easy ass cakewalk for Errol Spence. You just can't, man. Like, so I didn't argue with nobody. I just said, fine, believe what you want to believe. I'm not finna, because I'm riding with Spence. I'm picking Spence too, but I'm not finna be delusional and act like he finna just shit all over Crawford. And the reason why I know that is because for years I thought Sean Porter would destroy Terence Crawford. Sean Porter, one of the strongest little dudes I ever seen. I said, Sean Porter, man, look here. If Terence Crawford bring his little ass up to 147, Sean Porter gonna mow his ass down. And when I seen Terence Crawford, how he dealt with, even though Sean Porter was doing wonderful, but when I seen how strong Bud was and how he was moving Sean Porter around and how he dealt with Sean Porter, yeah, okay, yeah, I stand corrected. This ain't finna be no fucking Bud ain't nobody's easy work, bro. He's just not. You know what I'm saying? But people say shit like that, and then when shit like this happens, you always gotta be aware of the threat. See what I'm saying? You always gotta be aware of the fucking threat in your surroundings. I understood the threat in Terence Crawford because he showed me with the Sean Porter fight. I always knew he was good, but the Sean Porter fight told me the nigga's on another level because I just seen Sean Porter fight Errol Spence. I told people that was gonna be a good fight and be close and come down to the wire, which it was. Then he came back and fought Terence Crawford. Everybody had a million excuses. Nah, man, that wasn't the same Sean Porter. Because Sean Porter, Kenny Porter stopped the fight. Kenny Porter, a whole ass dude. He this and this and that. Like, all right, bro. I don't want to argue with you. I love y'all niggas. I don't want to argue with you. Because y'all motherfucker get too sensitive. And then y'all turn on me and be next thing you know, I'm a coon and shit. So they the motherfucker coon. Oh, big ass nigga. I knew that nigga wasn't shit. That's how y'all do. So I just let you motherfucker talk. I'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna believe what the fuck they want to believe. But the reason why I'm letting Southpaw and them speak their piece, bro, because they deserve to. Because I remember doing shows and Southside be the only motherfucker Bud fed in the chat. Him and Drink More Water, and they getting told their asses getting told the fuck up. I remember all that shit. Motherfucker like, man, shut y'all ass up. Man, block that nigga, man. Get this nigga the fuck out of here.
And that's why when Southside say what he say, bro, from our perspective, bro, everybody was shitting on Bud. There was no positive motherfucking press for that nigga, man. That nigga was getting tortured. That's what made me even. I fuck with EJ and Bud, but I'm like, God damn, y'all killing this nigga so much. I gotta come to his defense. I gotta say something, and that made me the biggest Bud fan. Just because I'm saying, nah, that shit ain't right, bro. That's wrong. Nah, he not ducking him. Nah, he not. He been trying to make the fight. I remember when EJ said when Jeff Horn had the fucking belt, oh, he got a belt, I got a belt, let's unify. Bud get the belt, and then it's the other side of the street. But nobody said nothing about that. It was all Bud. Bud fucking up, not making the fight, man. That shit was crazy. And I sat through it for 5 years. So, Mr. Mont, respectfully, bro, I disagree. That's bullshit.
To your point, drink more water. I just gotta say it because I was one of those dudes talking shit. I felt like I never thought that Crawford was lesser as a fighter. I always knew he had the skills to do what he had to do. I mean, for as much as I think that his resume at 140 was alright, I know that you still need master level skill to be undisputed in anything that you do. But at the same time, I'm not going to see him pretend like he's still that Spence still wasn't fighting the better opposition while these guys was at 147 at the same time. Because I was looking at it as, okay, can Danny Garcia beat what's the fucking Australian dude, Jeff Horn? Can Danny Garcia beat Jose Benavidez? All of those answers kept popping up as yes. All the guys that Spence was beating, I was asking, can those guys that Spence beat the guys that Crawford beat in the same way? And tougher guys. I never seen until he fought Sean Porter. I never seen Crawford fight anybody worthwhile. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend and double back and be like, nah, Crawford is the dude. I always knew no, because I saw evidence to the contrary until they had to fight. And Crawford didn't fight any of the guys until he stepped up and took competition with Sean Porter. I had legitimate reasons why I thought Spence would beat Crawford because I did not see Crawford beat the same guys that Spence beat, and those were the top guys at 147. Everybody knew that Crawford was going to beat Jeff Corn when Jeff Corn had the belt. I'll give you an example. When Donald Curry was fighting, everybody was like, this is the most complete dude at 154 at the time. And nobody was like, yo, Mike McCollum. Nobody was really talking about Mike McCollum watching Donald Curry. And it's the same shit. It's the same scenario with Crawford and Errol Spence. Donald Curry, everybody thought Donald Curry was going to watch Mike McCollum, and then Mike McCollum took his soul at 154, becoming the most complete fighter at 154. But everybody was feeling Curry at the time, and everyone had legitimate evidence and reason to believe that Donald Curry was going to beat Mike McCollum. You feel me? So it's not, I know I'm a boxing fan. I be following boxing. I grew up on boxing. You feel me? So it's not that I don't know my boxing. It's just I'm just going off for the evidence. Shout out to Crawford for winning the fight. He's a great fighter. He's a legend. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't have legit reason for picking Spence.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna let clear some space, but I'm gonna say this, man. First of all, appreciate y'all guys on the panel. Appreciate you 78, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, man. I ain't gonna let y'all do it like that. Now, I let me say this. I don't like Errol Spence. See, I don't be ashamed to say that and all that kind of stuff. I like, I want y'all to know that I don't like him. So when you come see me say, yeah, he don't like him, I don't get offended by that. Because it's sports, man. Just like any other sports team. Like sometimes boxing fans, man, we get too personal with these dudes, man. Let them do, they grown. Let them do their thing. So I'm not going to lie to you, man. I didn't like Errol Spence, and I didn't see anything about him that was good to me personally. But I'm going to be real with you, man. It ain't like, we would have picked Bud when he was down there at 35 to beat them welterweights at 147 in 2012, 2013, 14, 15. There's just no way. So if we trying to suggest that we should have saw it coming with Bud, I ain't going to say that, bro. Because it was a time where ain't nowhere in the hell I thought this man beat Sean Porter or no Mayweather or no Pacquiao. Y'all got to remember where the division was at in 2012. Like, Bud and Danny Garcia and Thurman and all these Soto Carrazes and Berto, like they weren't getting busy cracking each other now. Let's not act like it was just sweet at 147. Floyd Mayweather, he was moving around pretty nicely around some of them fighters too. Let's not like Mike Donald wasn't splitting wigs. So it was kind of scary to suggest that Bud would have jumped up. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
My Donald duck Keith Thurman too.
Ain't like Keith Thurman was knocking people out, watching them fall to the ground. Don't get this shit twisted now. It ain't like we just knew Bud was just finna come in here and beat everybody. Some of this shit had to clear out though, for real. And Bud kind of came in at the right time, doing the right stuff with the right skill, strength, and everything. And he made his debut the right way with the right time, like he's supposed to. So I'm not going to act like I couldn't see Errol Spence beating this guy at all. Like, come on now. But it is what it is, man. And I'll leave y'all boys with that. Appreciate you.
Hey, salute, Zone. Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, man. With me, I'm just glad that, these brothers got a chance to make some money, man. They make their bread. We got some clarity to the situation. Now we know we ain't got to be all this arguing and shit. And I hope this will be a lesson for all of us when we talking about fights going forward. With all the Devin Haney, Shakur, and Tank stuff, man. Look, bro, don't nobody know what the fuck gonna happen until they actually get in the ring, bro. It's important for the best fighters to fight the best fighters so we know. We ain't got to argue. Some niggas just want to argue, bro. They want to argue. Oh, look, I got the one up on you because, look, this article say this. Oh, look, man, fuck all that shit, bro. I respect the motherfuckers who want to get in the ring and prove that they the best. Now, if they fall short of that, so what? That's life. But at least they tried. Whole lot of motherfuckers ain't even trying. They hanging around on the outskirts and shit, letting everybody else do the work, and then they sitting back, you know what I'm saying, hoping everybody lose so they can, raise their hand at the end. Fuck all that shit, bro. I respect the guys. Look, it's man down. I'm riding with Errol Spence and all his future endeavors, his businesses, his promotional company, all that shit. I love Errol Spence, what he stands for. I like what the dude stand for, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to persecute this man because he have a fucking drink with my ass over here drinking and shit and all this type of shit, you know what I mean? Like fucking moral police and shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, I understand he a fighter. He supposed to live a fighter lifestyle, true indeed. But I just don't like the hypocrisy of people trying to act like EJ is some type of like Crawford is morally more pure than EJ. That's just not true. A lot of stuff that, and I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just saying a lot of shit that Crawford has done is not talked about in the media the way EJ shit got put on Front Street because he got in a car accident. but Crawford have done a lot of shit too, ignorant, dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't finna listen to this fake, moral high ground shit like, yeah, EJ, he not leaving the fire lifestyle, he not doing this, but Bud is. No, Bud is just more talented than Terence Crawford. EJ acknowledged that in the interview, and that made me think. When he acknowledged that in the interview, he said that Bud was more talented than him. I said, shit, okay. I had to really look at that. You know what I'm saying? So, Bud, listen, he's faster, he's stronger, he punch harder, he got better reflexes, timing, shit, bro. Like that's a lot of shit to overcome, bro. It's a lot of shit to overcome. You know what I'm saying? So you got to respect Errol Spence for even making this fight happen, because he didn't have to. He could have played the game that other people play. And he could have fought Keith Thurman. He could have fought somebody else and went to 154. He could have went to 154 last year and beat up on big tall ass dude. What's tall dude name? Got his ass whooped.
Fundora.
Fundora.
Yeah, Fundora.
He could have went up there and beat up on Fundora, and he still be undefeated and wouldn't nobody know shit. You know what I'm saying? But let me see what we got here. Stormy B, man, what's up, homie?
What's good? Salute to everybody.
Salute, OG.
I've been waiting in the wings for quite a while. I took a nap, came back, still couldn't access, but I'm here. Thank you for
yes, sir.
allowing me in. Nobody seems to come around my way, so I have to go and visit other folk. And it makes me feel a certain kind of way. It really does, because I am one of the few out here that talk about boxing straight up, say things that people don't necessarily like, especially because of fanboyism. And in this victory, the only thing that I'm like, okay, it was a great performance by Crawford and everything, but it hurts my heart that Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, wasn't here to see the fight that he wanted to see most out of the fights of the past 5 years.
Right.
This was to see. And not so much for someone to lose or whatever, because he had evaluated the talent of both men long ago, pretty much around that time, just before 78, and Black started to build the roots of this fight taking place, because we have to give you guys credit, because you were the ones who were putting people on to the notion of this fight transpiring, and much respect to you guys for that. But I've listened to a lot of the comments here, and a lot of the guys have been correct in different ways about different points, and it comes back to why my opening remark is what it is. Too many people are aligning themselves with something of a popular variety or whatever. I don't know if that's the social media mindset or whatever, but nothing that's tangible, nothing of substance and sound foundation. And that's sad, because as content creators and being able to project, we have audiences, but a lot of them don't have minds of their own. And if you're putting poison out, you're going to have some poison-minded folk. But not only that, when you're telling someone that they're stupid and foolish and everything, they can rebel against that. But the other part of it, and I learned this from working with fighters in the gym and everything, when people make mistakes, you have to be able to understand that their mistakes to them, explain them to them, and how to overcome, how to be a person who can make adjustments and do something a different way to get a better result or something like that. And a lot of these folks are just kind of being left at their own devices. So that's why I take that personal issue, because, and I told 78 this in conversation privately. I said, if you want, you can send them my way, because I can talk to people and get them to understand things. That doesn't mean I'm here to save the world. I'm not trying to imply that. What I'm trying to say is if I'm telling you something, if I'm giving you information, I can stand on that information that I give you. I can explain why. I can give you the rundown. Now, you might not like it. You might not have anything to say against it, but you can always put it to the test. And then that's when you'll see, you know? So, but that's what I kind of wanted to say and come in here with you guys. I've been listening, and it's a shame that people went into this thinking certain narratives instead of saying, wow, these are two great fighters, which kind of around the surface of it had been said, like fights of old, but not people being well read enough on the guys. And I even did a video where I talked about fighters like these two men, the press conferences and things like that were respectable. It reminded me of things of old, and I liked that. But the one mistake that was still being made is there was still a little bit of putting the other guy down. Well, if you're going to put that guy down and you beat him, then why should I big you up? Think about that.
That's true.
So if he's invaluable, say so. If he's got no value, say so. But you have to be able to stand on that, because whomever is the victor, if it's a person of no value, I'm not valuing your victory. And if it's a person who's invaluable, a person that is a potential ATG, say that. Now, I said this earlier on my live. Derek James, the one mistake he made, he would never acknowledge the greatness that's in that young man, that his man was fighting. And that's dangerous. And the reason by it being dangerous, because people will sit back and they will stoke and smolder and boil over those things. And sometimes it'll build to such a crescendo that you can't stop the avalanche. Didn't it look like that in that fight last night? And see, that's the thing that you don't want to do. Acknowledge your competition. Hey, build them up. Because if you smash them down, hey, you look all the better the man. But it's not about just smashing somebody down. It's about competing at the highest level and giving yourself toward legacy, what it means, and giving the people what they desire to see. And then they begin to learn the difference of what's piss poor and what's not. Do you guys not all agree that if Crawford, in retrospect, would have been given an opportunity to fight for any of those other belts, that he would have become a guy who could have unified as well? But people stood in the way of that, whether it was Bob Arum on one side or Al Heyman on the other side, or the two of them. It didn't matter, because someone was standing in the way of that. But now that you look at this and you say, wow, well, that's why the attention and the heat should be put in the proper places. Put the heat on Heyman, put the heat on Arum and other promoters like, these other guys out here. I'm not going to mention all those names because a lot of people you guys really don't mess with, and that's great. I don't either. But to understand what's important, to build your guys up, build them up the proper way. You didn't have people out there putting Tommy Hearns down and raising Sugar Ray Leonard up. You didn't have the vice versa happening with that. People just knew that those were two bad SOBs, and we just want to see what happens when they mix it up. And that's the way you should be looking at boxing today. But until you take those dunce hats off and put the thinking caps on, that ain't gonna happen.
Well said, brother Stormy. Well said. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother Stormy B, man, who always cooking. The sensei. Divine Sense, man. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What was going on, man? Shit, I was like transcending into a different element listening to Stormy right there. Shit.
Yeah, Stormy get busy. He get busy. But,
Yeah, no doubt.
what was your take on the fight, Divine Sense?
Yeah, I initially was going for Spence, and I haven't really been too active this past month, so I didn't really drop any predictions or get into debates. But I've always been a fan of Spence. He's a king of the 147-pound division for a reason, and I think I picked him for the reasons that a lot of people picked him. He's should have been the naturally bigger guy. The pressure, the body work, the durability, the experience, and all these different things. I never got caught up into the politics of who's ducking who, and I think that led into a lot of this, the toxicity of who's ducking who, and I think that clouded people's judgment, especially about Bud. People forgot about the abilities that this man has. But going into it, I thought it's going to be a 50-50 fight regardless, and I wouldn't have been ashamed with my pick if Bud came out victorious because he is that type of talent. But I could have never predicted what actually happened. I don't think if a Bud fan was honest, I don't think they could have predicted what happened either. In my opinion, pretty much a complete domination. And, I see a lot of people talking about, Spence didn't look the same. They're talking about being weight drained and this and that. I agree with you, 78. I don't think that's an excuse. You've been fighting at this division for a long time. You hired a nutritionalist to come in and prepare your meals and get your body ready. I don't think that's a good enough excuse, in my opinion, at this level. But to me, the main difference in the fight was not so much Spence. It's more Bud. Like, I feel like he had a better game plan. You can see that look in his eyes as soon as the bell rang, that it's like he had painted a canvas of what he was going to do years before last night. He knew exactly what he had to do. He got into that southpaw position, and I think that Spence struggled massively trying to get around that bazooka right jab, the right uppercut, the right hooks, the range, the speed, and Bud just, I think, had a better game plan. And to me, it seemed like Spence didn't really have a game plan other than, I'm just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to step forward with the jab, left hand. I'm going to break him down. I'm going to come forward, and eventually I'll get him out of there. And when that didn't work, by like the third, fourth round, he was in deep waters. And so to me, it was game plan. It was execution of that game plan. And that's what it came down to me when I was watching that fight. As far as the rematch, I don't think it's valuable at this point, even at 154. I do think Spence would do better at 154 if they did fight there, but I think it's inevitable at this point. Like, Bud has got him figured out. Even if Spence did a little bit better, Bud is just, I think, the more well-rounded fighter, the more overall talent, the more athleticism, and I had to eat crow. I always knew Bud was phenomenal, but I always for 147 though, it's like what you said, 78, when he fought Sean Porter, right? Like, I was pretty much in the same boat as you. Like, okay, he's dominant in those lower weight classes, but can he handle the bigger guys at 147? And he proved it against Porter. But I'm like, yeah, but it's Spence though. Like, Spence he's the captain. He's the king. Like, but he proved it once again. I think people just need to give Bud his flowers, man, straight up.
Yes, indeed. I agree, man. It's a great fight. It wasn't the fight that I wanted to see. I wanted to see some ebb and flow, man. I just wanted a great historical fight where both guys had their moments in the fight and you're at the edge of your seat. Some classic shit. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see no one-way ass whooping, and that's what I said from the beginning. But, that's how it be sometime, man. It is what it is. But, y'all, I got to end the show because I got to come right back with my dog show, and we're going to be talking talking about the fight on my dog show with my OG panelists from Game Dog Talk. So make sure y'all tune in. Because it's gonna be me, Ram, Eli, up against some OG Bud fans, man. So we're gonna see what happens.
Hell yeah, I gotta go cook Mark Crow.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can eat this nasty motherfucker.
All right, man. So thank y'all for joining me, man. We're gonna be cooking on this type of shit all week, man. And we're gonna be talking about some historical shit. So Monday I gotta do a show with Ashley. And then Tuesday I'm not gonna be live. I gotta go have surgery. Tuesday the 1st, right? On the 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have surgery on the 1st. And then I'll be back Wednesday though, and we can shoot some shit. But I'm gonna give it y'all in a minute, man. Salute to the panel, salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat, super chats, and everybody came through showing love. We're up out of here. See y'all in a minute.
Peace.
Peace.